His feet weren't up to code.
Can I put on my sunglasses?
Yeah, you can put on your sunglasses. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Mine are in the car.
Wow.
You always have an excuse when everyone else is putting on sunglasses, Keaton.
Oh, yeah, I wore them once.
Yeah. Welcome back to All the Marbles, everybody, where the stakes have never been higher. This week on the podcast, we have, first time on the podcast, Sierra McCree, local comedian, local comic, Kansas City comic, and coming back for the sunglasses at the time, it's Michael A. Keaton. Casey comedian, local comic, blah, 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 blah.
There we go.
Did you guys watch the... I'm going to break the rules to my own show, right into my own show. Did either of you watch the Chiefs game yesterday?
No.
I was working.
Good, nice. Hell yeah.
I don't work.
We like to hear that on this show. No.
Nothing
Down
about
with the
me
sports.
I don't care about sports either.
Hell yeah,
So
brother.
I wouldn't have watched it either way.
Right, me either. I was surprised.
Are you into
What were
water
you doing?
sports?
What? No. What were you doing yesterday, Keaton? I didn't see you at the Bird. You should have been at the Bird. You didn't go to the Bird open mic.
I was tired.
Nah.
I don't remember what I was doing.
He's medicated for exhaustion.
That's true. Well remembered.
Yeah, from 20 minutes ago, before you guys existed. You were working. Do you usually work Thursdays? Or are you not usually at the club on Thursdays for the mic or blah, blah, blah?
I'm typically not working Thursdays.
Gotcha. You
But
picked up an extra one
yeah.
for nice.
Somewhat.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, does anybody have any questions or concerns or stories about weird things that have happened to them this week before we start forcing people to draw cards and ask questions?
I think the cop pulling over wheelchair guy is the weirdest thing, and that was like 5 minutes before we got here.
Did it make you think anything? Sorry, what do you think? What's your best guess of what the person in the wheelchair did?
Well, his wheelchair wasn't road legal.
Okay, yeah. Was he on the road with it? Like, was he?
Yeah. Well, the weird thing was it was like the guy was on a side street, and the cop was almost like clearing the road, like it was reversing down the street. like the cop was talking to him outside, then he got into the car, and then the cop was reversing down like the main street while the wheelchair guy was following the cop.
So the cop car was going backwards. The wheelchair is going after the car.
Right.
So a cop didn't pull over a wheelchair guy. A wheelchair guy was chasing a cop.
Well, no, after the wheelchair guy
he'd been pulled over.
Yes, the cop got out, was talking to the wheelchair guy, and then got into his car and started reversing.
But the wheelchair guy wasn't done saying his piece.
I guess not.
Don't walk away from me. Don't drive away from me. Still talking to you. How old was this guy? Was he
30,
old or was he just in a
35
wheelchair?
maybe?
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Weird.
There was no sidewalk.
There was no sidewalk. That's weird. So he had to have, because not a lot of all-terrain wheelchairs, you know.
Maybe.
Not a lot of,
I'm wondering if maybe a wheelchair guy flagged down the cop and was just like, "Hey, would you?" The cop was like, "No, let me give you a ride." And he's just like, I don't trust you with my chair."
Oh, that's what that is. It's so weird. When I have the sunglasses on, my sunglasses aren't
thank
prescription,
you.
so I can never see what's on the plates. Yeah, thank you, Ani. That's true.
Know what I'm bringing out?
I had no idea what that was until I was like,
10 minutes ago when I asked if you like watermelon?
what's vaguely like pizza? No, I don't remember. I don't think I read that text. I didn't know. No, I didn't know. I didn't think it was pizza. It was just shaped vaguely like the triangles.
Is this a fruit pizza plate?
It can be. Anything's a fruit pizza plate if there's fruit pizza on it.
I saw your cat outside eating something. It was just
Nice.
like, where did you get a dish of food?
Nice. Dude,
Okay.
all the neighbors try to feed my cat, and I keep telling them not to because she eats here, and she'll just eat. If you give her enough food, she'll just eat until she throws up. And I'm like, guys, stop leaving giant bowls of cat food out for my cat. You're giving her an eating disorder.
Yeah. Sierra was just like, oh, it's a cat. It was just like, yeah, that's that's Taylor's cat. It's like, what the fuck are you eating? Where did you get this?
Yeah.
There's no way they gave you this out here.
Could we get some more plates, Ani, for this watermelon that?
I will have to wash some.
I don't want any plate. I don't want any watermelon.
She doesn't want a plate. She doesn't want watermelon. Perfect. You
She
should draw
only
a card
likes
and ask a
juice.
question of somebody.
So what?
You should draw a card and ask a question of somebody.
She only drinks watermelon juice.
Nice.
Okay.
Watermelon is a weird, it's one of those things that, the flavor of watermelon doesn't taste like watermelon, you know?
Yeah. Okay. I have a question for Taylor.
Let's go.
This is the first time someone other than your parent called you beautiful, handsome, or pretty.
I hate that card.
And why do you think that they did that?
Why do I think that they did that? Well, I think that they probably did it for some ulterior motive. I think they wanted something, and they were like, "This motherfucker's more likely to do what I want them to do if they think that I think that they're cool." So we're gonna get on the good side real quick before we try to manipulate them. Or I'm sure I must have thought that in the moment, since it's the first time it's ever happening. It's not like you have something to compare it to, right? Other than your parents, when your parents tell you that you're beautiful or attractive or handsome or pretty, which is also usually they want something, you know, like if they're like, hey, you know.
Well, what was the scenario?
I don't know. I don't know, man.
It was
That'd
his gym teacher.
I think
It's like, you're awful attractive.
I didn't have a gym teacher. I've never had a gym teacher. I was
You're
yeah, I was homeschooled. And there was no gym class in homeschool. There's barn chores, but there's no gym
explains
class.
the push-up bars.
Shut up. Those aren't push-up bars.
That's exactly what that is.
It's a push-up board.
Well,
for
yeah,
one.
but they're bars on a board.
And two, how dare you
you.
make that thing's existence known to the live
Hey, you're
studio
the one who
audience?
defined it.
Who, what?
You're the one who defined it. You could have been like, yeah, I got regular ass push-up bars. You're like, no. You're like, no, I got
I have regular ass push-up bars,
Yeah.
as opposed to the weird push-up board. And I feel like wait, push-up bar. Have you ever heard the sentence push-up bar? Sarah?
Yeah,
Have you ever heard of a push-up bar? I've heard of a pull-up bar.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Never heard of a push-up
I
bar.
can't say I have.
Oh, yeah, like push-up bars. Like, you know, it's a colloquialism for like pirouettes.
It's like a bar where people are like working out. It's like a
Isn't
gym
that there?
bar.
Are there pirouettes?
I don't know.
The little, yeah,
What?
the calisthenics.
Is this like a
stands.
cousin of the pop-up bar?
I don't know this. I don't work out.
Me either.
I don't know what a pop-up bar is.
A pop-up bar is like a bar that kind of pops up. Like they're usually themed. Like last summer there was an
Oh.
open mic that used to happen
Like
at
a bar, like a
at
drinking
a,
bar.
at a It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia pop-up bar. Yeah, yeah. It's like a food truck but a building, so it's not a truck at all. And there's
Yeah.
not really much food because it's mainly alcohol. So it's not actually like a food truck at all. It's more like a pop-up bar.
You know, it's just like standard calisthenics equipment.
Yeah. Standard calisthenics equipment.
I don't know what that means.
Episode title. Calisthenics is like exercises that you do
Never
with
mind.
your own body weight, which is
Okay.
what makes like standard calisthenics equipment sound kind of weird, because the whole point of calisthenics is that you're not using equipment because you're just doing like body weight exercises.
Yeah, because we just do
So
air
at the point that
pull-ups.
you have body weight exercise equipment, what are you doing? No, you just I don't know.
Is that what your
It's like CrossFit.
your push-up thing is?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Push-ups are calisthenics, aren't
Yeah.
they? Or they're under the umbrella of calisthenics.
Yeah.
Push-ups, sit-ups,
Okay.
throwing up.
Oh. Okay.
Is that what it? Is that the? What's the word
It means
calisthenics
you're not
mean?
adding
It-
extra
yeah.
weight.
It means that you're not adding weight.
I thought it was like, just like the aesthetic of California or something. You know.
That makes sense.
Hey, Keaton.
Why?
You should. What? Why'd you say
Oh.
why?
Oh. I thought you said I hate Keaton. I was just like, what?
Yeah, yeah. We
I
should
just
clarify
like-
that. Yeah, just in case any listeners also thought that I just would mumble under my breath that I hate you before I say, hey, you should draw a card. Hey, Keaton, I hate you. You should draw a card.
I mean, it tracks. Okay.
Interesting.
What are the different?
Yeah. What does it
Okay,
mean?
so we have crystal ball cards here, which are questions about the future. We have worsts cards here, which are questions about the worst of things. First date cards here, which are questions you would ask on a first date. Potpourri cards, which just means stuff. Complete the statement cards. Those are pretty self-explanatory. Firsts cards, questions about the first of things, and bests cards, which are questions about the bests of things. Special thanks to Maggie Harris for writing all the cards.
What about the sh pile?
Oh, the pile is gossip cards, which we ask of each other when one person goes to the bathroom, because you have to ask gossip questions about the person who went to the bathroom until they get back from the bathroom.
Well, I'm going to the bathroom currently, so let's.
So
Wait,
you're
so
gonna
that means
you're gonna
I
just
have
ask us a gossip card and then bone out of the room.
That means I have to.
Yeah, you would ask it of her, and then he would ask it of her. And then
I
you
see. Oh, no,
leave,
I'm
and then
diapered
she would
up.
have to-
Well,
Oh, you're
we're-
diapered up. No, you have to go to the bathroom. You didn't say, "Well, I'm about to shit myself in my adult diaper." You said, "I'm about
no,
to
it's
go to
already
the
done.
bathroom." That's, well, you never went to the bathroom. You just shit yourself. There's a difference.
Okay. What is this? This is.
Support your choices. Either way, those are
Okay.
first date cards. Questions that one might find oneself asking on a first date.
Sierra, stranded on a desert island. Whom would you like for a companion?
Oh boy.
Desert island teammate.
Someone that. It needs to be someone that I know I can trust.
Which is nobody.
Right.
Captain America springs to mind.
Somebody that won't try to kill me,
Okay.
and somebody that I think knows stuff, because I don't know anything about survival. Does this have to be somebody that we all know? It probably will be, but I want to.
Doesn't have to be. Yeah, it could be anybody.
Well, then it's not fun.
Real
'Cause then
fictional
If I
living
just say
dead.
like my brother, that's boring. That's a boring answer.
Interesting.
And it
Your
wouldn't.
brother
be that.
knows a lot of stuff.
No, that wouldn't be the answer.
Okay.
God, I don't know. I wouldn't want to be with anybody.
What's your favorite desert island?
I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know
me
any
either.
desert islands.
Is that like a pop-up bar? Like a
Yes.
desert island? Yeah.
What island is this? Because if it's just off like Hawaii.
Like Madagascar, but a desert.
I don't know what that means.
Now, is it like a desert island or a deserted island?
Yeah, that's.
'Cause
It says a desert island, but I think a desert island is just slang for a deserted
that's
island.
that's kind of what I'm thinking. Because that'd be kind of weird to be an island totally devoid of water.
Can I bring someone back to life?
Yeah.
Steve Irwin.
Steve, hell yeah. That's a good.
But he has to keep the stingray.
No, what? Why? He's just got it hanging out of him. It's just hanging off of him.
Yeah.
He's just like, hello,
Yeah.
I can't die.
Because he's too nice. He wouldn't try to kill me.
True. And he wouldn't try to like remove the stingray.
Yeah.
He'd be like, oh, it's having a time.
Well, the stingray's not part of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could be food. No, but
but he knows animals. He knows wildlife. There you go.
He does those things.
That's perfect.
Pretty good. I like
Perfect.
that.
Yeah. There you go.
What's the name of his kid? Isn't his kid doing stuff now? Isn't
Yeah.
Steve Irwin's kid
That's-
doing like things?
that's my choice,
Do they have
I
a show?
guess.
Do they have a show? That's your choice.
I know him.
That's just his name.
Really?
Steve
Not
Irwin's
personally.
kid.
Okay,
I know what you're talking about.
I've seen like reels on Instagram that talk
Yeah.
about him for a second, and then I never like Google anything afterward.
It's like Robert or something.
Yeah.
I see that you've kept the broken bat.
Yeah. It's good. It's over here. It's over here. I have a
Oh no.
this lovely piece of glassware.
feel so
That's a
bad.
good. No, it's fine. No, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. This last Wednesday was the last day alive of my first pipe, my first glass pipe.
Yeah, now it's a danger bat.
It's a tchotchke.
Chotch.
That's what it
Oh,
is
okay.
now.
Yeah.
It's just a memory now.
Yeah. And a material object that,
Yeah.
that it's a
Yeah,
fidget.
I mean-
It's a fidget. It's a fidget that could kill me. Or
Semi-weapon.
yeah. I could stab Keaton with it.
We do hate Keaton.
Sierra, I need you to pretend you're like 24 for 2 seconds,
yeah.
okay? What advice would you give to your teenage self? And what would you like to hear their opinions on? I've asked Keaton this before. Keaton can also weigh in, though, if he wants to save you. But
I mean, you don't have to pretend to be 24. Like, you can also give yourself advice.
Right. Well, I'm also like not a teenager soon.
hell yeah.
So, I don't. Probably that.
So as you're ending your teenage years, what advice would you want to throw forward towards yourself in your 20s? What would you?
That's probably that. Literally nothing happening. Okay, I'm talking to like the 16-year-old me, right?
Okay.
Literally nothing happening right now will have any significance in the next 4 years.
That's what you would say to your 16-year-old
Yes,
self as your
yes.
19-year-old self?
Yes.
What would you say to your 26-year-old self as your current 19-year-old self?
I don't know 26-year-old me.
You don't. Let's say you drop. The floor drops out from under you right now. You're sitting in your chair. The chair and you fall through the portal through the ceiling of your 26-year-old self's apartment.
Am I doing your podcast
You
when I'm
have
26?
30 seconds. You were no. It's a different apartment. It's a different apartment. You're falling out of this studio into some apartment. You don't know where you are. You just fall into a living room and you
Okay.
see yourself at 26 on a
Oh,
couch
fuck.
looking very alarmed, and just something inside of you knows that you only have 30 seconds to say something
30
before you
seconds?
fall through another portal back into the studio.
Oh my god, that sounds crazy. I don't know. Oh, this is too much. Okay, so the time limit is holding me back right now
Well,
because I need time to think.
interesting.
30 seconds.
Yeah, you wouldn't have.
30,
Yeah, you just have to say something that would matter to. What knowledge would you impart? What do you want to remind yourself of in
Okay,
30 seconds?
that helps. A reminder.
Yeah.
26. That's so long.
Mhm.
God damn
It's a
it.
ways.
I don't know.
Interesting. Keaton, what if you could?
Yeah,
what if you could?
someone else
What if you
answer.
could? You drop through the same portal. You drop through a portal in the floor. You drop into some random living room. You see your 46-year-old self sitting over on the couch, who's like, "Oh shit, that's my 30-something-year-old self." You've got about 30 seconds to say something to them before you fall through the floor.
To the older version or the
To the
younger
older version. It's you
Right,
now
right,
in the future before you drop back to your time.
Well, I would expect my 46-year-old self to just look at me and go, weird, right?
Yeah. And then you're just gonna sit there in
There-
awkward silence with yourself for 25 more seconds.
Well, like, are you wanting me to say something to my 46-year-old
Are
self?
you wanting to say something to your
Well, no,
46-year-old self? You're your 38-year-old self, 39-year-old self,
39.
39-year-old self.
Okay. Like, but it sounds like it sounds like you're asking me to give my 46-year-old self advice.
Yes.
Right, that's what I'm.
Which is ass backwards.
Yes.
It's like my 46-year-old self knows everything that I know now.
No, not necessarily. You can forget shit between now and 46.
I hope so.
Exactly. But what of the stuff that you could forget would you not want to forget? And if you had forgotten it, you would want to remind yourself at the point that you could fall through a portal for 30 seconds and remind them.
If I wanted to remember it, I probably would have made a point to.
Well, then what would you want to say to yourself? You have 30 seconds. It's your 30 seconds.
How did this happen?
You want to ask yourself, as far as you can see, your 46-year-old self has no idea what's happening either. You just know that now you could say something.
How do you not remember this?
Well, anything that's memorable.
Well, it's going to be like Looper rules. You're starting to remember it in real time, but like you don't know what day it was for you. Like, you know.
Anything worth remembering, I'd hope isn't forgotten.
Okay. Is there anything that you ever wonder if you're going to forget that you would rather not?
9/11.
That you okay? You would just remember, hey, don't forget 9/11, and then drop back through the floor again. We didn't forget, did we? Okay. Interesting. Valid.
Yeah.
Valid.
It does seem like something I would do.
Yeah,
I don't have much wisdom in my brain.
that's valid.
Me either.
Ugh. Advice doesn't have to be wise. Listen, you can just
That's true.
This is true. I've gotten so much terrible advice.
Yeah. This is a good point. What's your answer? What would you tell your,
Ooh,
what,
okay.
30-year-old self, however
Yeah.
old you are?
I would tell myself to rewatch The Lobster.
That's a great movie.
Really?
I
Okay,
love
you
that
like
movie.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. When did you? How old were you when you first watched that movie?
17?
17. Okay. Have you seen The Lobster,
Yeah.
Keaton? Do you remember how old you were?
It was it was right after it came out on.
Okay. I can't do math, nor do I remember when that movie came out. I think I saw it a few years after it came out. I was like 19 or something.
Like when it was newly released on Netflix or whatever the fuck it
Nice,
was.
nice,
like,
nice.
That's when I watched it.
It's a good movie. Everybody go watch The Lobster and think about death.
Think about it.
Yeah, I was describing that movie to a friend
Just think
today,
about it.
and to my best friend, and they were like, "Is it fun?" I was like, "No,
It is very
It's
fun.
is it?
Yeah.
Okay." I described it as a very sloggy movie that's fun to think about after you've watched it. But like, I didn't experience much of the fun of the movie while I was watching the movie. Like, I wasn't sure. I don't know if I would have described my viewing time of the movie as fun. But like, I'm glad I saw it because I liked having seen it.
I thought it was great, but like I like those weird movies. Whenever I see Colin Farrell in like a weird movie, like I just like I want to go back and watch like the Banshees of Inisherin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just because it was just like, are we Rowan? It was like,
I
are
have
we
no
Rowan?
idea. I have no idea what that movie is.
Oh,
Newer. It's very new.
Did you watch Anomalisa?
What's that?
It's a stop motion movie. It's a Charlie Kaufman movie. Stop motion. It's like The Lobster meets being John Malkovich in a really weird way, and it's in stop motion.
I highly recommend you go and watch the Banshees of Inisherin.
Okay.
It's
a good movie.
it's a lot of fun and like weirdly violent, but like not in a way that you wouldn't expect.
Like The Lobster.
That's how I felt about The Lobster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sierra, I think it's your turn to draw
Oh.
a card. If there's, I don't know.
I forgot what the. You should label these.
We'll get around to it.
What's the flag one? What's
The flag one to complete the statement cards.
Oh.
It just has
Eh.
a statement to complete that you give to somebody.
Um,
We got first date cards. Alternatively, we've got worsts cards. Okay.
Michael, what never fails to make you smile?
Ooh.
There are so
Few things.
yes.
Many. Wow.
I don't.
I suppose the longer one lives, the fewer there are, right? Because
Yeah.
there's more opportunity for something to fritz off and not work that one time. So now it's never always.
I don't know. Like a dog struggling with something benign.
Dog with a bucket on its head.
Yeah.
Classic. Hell yeah.
Interesting. So a poor animal suffering makes you smile.
No. Like totally benign. Just sort of a what the fuck.
Yeah.
Anytime you see like a fuzzy animal being like, what the hell is, huh?
Low stakes, cross species Schadenfreude.
Yeah. Well, it's like they're not having like a lot of times they're often quite enjoying this. Like
How do you know they're enjoying it?
Because it's like if you see a dog playing with something and
Yeah.
they get in kind of a weird position, they're just like, hey, this is kind of hard. It's like
That's true. That's true. That's a good time. You don't see that with cats very often. Usually a cat just
Cats
goes
aren't dumb.
skips straight to hate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why if they are having trouble with something, they're like, wait, what? I'm better than this. Surely I'm better
Yeah,
than
yeah.
this. You can see that in their
Cats
fucking
actually
face.
get embarrassed, which is kind of
Yeah.
Yeah. Dogs like a challenge. Like, cats are trying to save their energy to kill stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun.
That's why cats are superior.
True.
In what way?
They kill things
Yeah.
on purpose.
I've watched dogs
They
kill
decide to
things
kill
quite
things.
on purpose.
I feel like a dog realizes it's killing something after it's already like.
I don't like.
Doing the
When
thing.
we had a cocker spaniel. I watched snatch a blue jay out of the air once. Like, I'm pretty sure he knew that thing was gonna die.
Yeah, but like I don't know. They seem to be more driven by the actions than driving actions to me. Dogs than cats.
Cats don't need as much attention.
Also true. They got their own thoughts. You know?
Yeah. And it means more when they like you. Right?
Maybe. I like to think that, but also I'm pretty sure I'm lying to myself. I'm like, no, this is just.
I believe it.
Same way with humans. I'm like, this must mean more that a human likes me than that a dog likes me, right? Like,
I mean,
or
that's
that, like
it's
a robot
true.
likes
I
me.
don't
But,
see
like,
how any of this makes one or the other superior.
If my
Like,
cat-
they're just like different animals.
if I ever saw that my cat liked a Facebook post of mine, I'm pretty sure I'd be pretty proud of
I
myself.
would be too.
That'd feel good. Can you imagine if your cat was liking your memes?
I mean, it'd be impressive that you were
I just
able
want.
to...
I would settle for my friends.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
I've moved on from that. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm over it.
I mean, it's just impressive to have a cat that can do that.
Valid.
Yeah.
How did they open the account? That's what I want to know.
Exactly. That's my point. That's
Two-step
really impressive.
verification. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
better than a mirror test.
Grudgingly.
Right.
Grudgingly.
We need a better system.
Cats are the best, man.
They are.
I love
They really
cats.
are. You have a cat?
Cats are
I
the
have
best
two
men.
cats.
You have two cats.
Yeah.
Nice. What are their names?
Skylar and Garofalo.
Interesting. What are they named after
No.
people or things? Or original names? You're messing with me. Big Breaking Bad fan? What?
Skylar, actually, my mom named her, but Garofalo is completely original and
Nice.
uninfluenced at all by anything.
By anything?
Yeah,
I'd
no,
believe you. I'd believe you. But also,
She's lying.
do you know what it is?
Yes, I do.
What's,
Everybody
what's
knows.
Garofalo
It's,
from?
it's not
Every-
that hard to figure out. Like what is the one Garofalo you know?
I don't know any Garofalo.
What?
There's a lot of movies and TV shows that I've never
Wow,
seen.
that's
Is this like a
crazy.
shorts
I
and
was-
underpants thing? I don't know
was
any.
being sarcastic, but I thought,
No, I don't know anything.
wow, that's really disappointing.
Janine Garofalo.
Loop me in. I'm an idiot. Who's
was
that?
was an SNL cast member and
Oh, okay.
and comedian who was very popular in the 90s.
I don't know shit about
One of
SNL in the 90s,
best.
man.
I don't know her from SNL at all.
What do you know her from?
Stand Up,
Janine
HBO
Garofalo.
Half Hour.
Okay, I'll look that up. That
Yeah,
sounds fun.
yeah.
I like HBO half hours.
She did some stuff with Bob Odenkirk when he did comedy,
Oh, that's cool.
and David Cross.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that you don't know who she is.
I'm-
That's
Didn't
really
she
pop up
very
on,
undereducated.
Didn't she pop up on Mr. Show a couple of
Yep,
times?
yeah, like
Yeah.
Never saw
few
Mr.
ti-
Show.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
nope.
I have to leave.
You are.
Listen, I just get to experience it for the first time later
Please
than
do.
any of you guys, okay?
Please do.
Oh, I go. Probably.
The watermelon was such a good call.
Was it?
Yeah, I love water. Like, it's one of
That's
my
good.
favorite things.
Nice.
Yes,
Why?
Hmm?
What's the deal with watermelon? Why do you like watermelon?
because it's delicious.
You a big cantaloupe guy?
I like cantaloupe.
Okay. Which do you prefer, cantaloupe or watermelon?
Watermelon.
Why?
It has a better flavor and texture. My favorite melon is actually a canary melon.
What's a canary? What?
It's so
You get those out of, you grow them in mines or something?
canary-
Why is it called a canary melon?
it's called a canary melon because it's bright ass yellow.
Okay.
And like in the flesh is like it's sort of like a combination between a watermelon and a honeydew,
Okay.
and it's like in that it's that flavor. It's just like it's the perfect consistency, and they're so like they're sweeter than either, and it's so good. It's one of my favorite. foods.
Honeydew tastes like it was sweetened with stevia, you know? Stevia, stevia.
Stevia.
To me. Honeydew tastes to me like like somebody like stevia watermelon. It's odd. I could be wrong though. It's probably just
You know, if you salt a watermelon, it makes it sweeter.
Really?
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
I hate that information.
Yeah, me too, a little bit.
Yeah, that's why it's popular. It's like
You see the
it's real popular in like southern states
I'll
to
bet.
salt watermelon, and like it's something that you do if the watermelon isn't sweet enough, you add salt, and then it sort of enhances.
Is that part of like the watermelon burger thing? Have you seen that?
Oh,
The
yeah.
watermelon steaks.
No,
thing?
this
I
is
hate
this
that.
this is an old school thing. When I was little, like I couldn't understand. Like my grandmother salted the watermelon all the time. Watermelon was like one of my favorite foods when I was a child, And like one day, like she throws the last slice of watermelon, like a giant slice, in front of 3-year-old me, like, and I guess my face just lit up, and then she pulls out a salt shaker and starts shaking it, and like my whole family just watched my face turn to horror.
You would have thought it was your pet giant snail or something.
It was just like, oh, it's my favorite thing ever, and now it's inedible.
Oh. Did you try it at that point, or was it years later that you actually?
I'd had it.
Oh, really?
I'd actually like learned I was taking a culinary course.
What? As a child?
No. This was like a few years ago. I started going through like some culinary classes, and like the guy was explaining like how there's a chemical reaction that reacts with our taste buds that actually makes sweetness, like when you add sodium to sugar, like it reacts in a certain way that tricks our brain into thinking that it's sweeter than it is.
Yeah, because salt isn't like salty. Salt is just like an amplifier type thing. So like it just makes it taste like more of whatever shit's around it.
And that's how I learned that.
Theoretically, apparently, weird.
That's why people started salting watermelon. Like it was to make bad watermelons taste better.
Do you like it?
It's not bad. Like every now and again, I'll do it a little bit if it's not sweet enough, and it does work.
Interesting.
Which fast food chain do you think is going to be the first to get to watermelon fries?
Oh boy, that's gross.
Hardee's.
Hardee's?
Hardee's,
Okay.
absolutely Hardee's.
Hardee's watermelon fries.
Right.
Used to
I
be.
mean, like once you get the chicken fries, it's just like, yeah, Hardee's is gonna be like before everybody on all the weird.
Interesting. I thought Burger King was the first to do.
Yeah,
chicken
that's what I was
fries.
thinking. Wasn't it?
Did Hardee's do it before Burger King?
I think so.
Oh, that's insane.
Was it? No,
Comment
I
below.
might be getting that wrong. I don't know. I remember when Hardee's used to sell
You're older than
fried
either of us,
chicken and
so
pizza.
You could.
Like they tried to compete with Pizza Hut and started selling pizza, and they also started selling fried chicken.
What?
Dude, it'd be
Hardee's?
insane if you could get like a little personal pizza at McDonald's. That's like that'd be
McDonald's
fun.
pizza?
Yeah, dude.
No.
Yeah, Hardee's was just so hard up to
No.
get people in. They started like trying to like steal business from all the other like
Strange.
like they did pizza. I think you can still get tacos there.
I hear you can get.
What?
They started beefing with Wendy's. They got burgers now. It's crazy.
Did you know?
not-
Did you know that like Wendy's was a sort of a grudge chain? Like Dave Thomas designed KFC. Like designed the restaurants,
Okay.
and then they cut him out. Like they cut him out of like a $2 million bonus, and so he started Wendy's to compete with KFC like out of a fucking grudge.
Weird.
Yeah. But like Dave Thomas apparently like single-handedly created the method that they use to fry chicken.
he still
for
alive?
KFC. No,
Okay.
he died a while back.
R.I.P. Dave Thomas.
So Wendy's exists because KFC fucked over Dave Thomas.
Nice.
Hell hath no fury. As it were. Keaton, I think it's your card.
I don't want it.
Well, then don't. Then.
Okay, no, it's Taylor. What is the worst national holiday?
4th of July.
I agree.
Hey. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that's because fireworks scare you.
Yeah.
Really? You
Yeah.
gotta be
I don't
fireworks-
like. I don't like.
I
the
like blowing stuff up.
fireworks.
I like-
That's scary.
I like blowing stuff up. I just don't like the. I don't.
That's-
I don't.
Particularly phones.
I hate 4th
No,
of
you don't
July.
call anybody.
Yeah, I hate 4th of July in a urban setting because I hate the idea of like 4th of July where like I don't like the there's uncomfy stuff about the fireworks display in my head, right? Like where it's like, oh, we're in these city centers where like fireworks are illegal. You can't have the fireworks. You can't have the fireworks. You have to go over here to watch other people do the fireworks for you. And the fireworks are a symbol of your freedom from tyranny.
That's so true.
But you're not allowed to own the fireworks. You have to come over here where we do the fireworks for you so that you can see your symbol of freedom from tyranny and then go back home.
I mean, you're not that far from the border. You could just drive a few minutes.
Yeah,
and
we're
do
only
your
a few
own
minutes from.
fireworks.
Yeah, I guess. But like I have to like drive.
I mean, if you can
I'm a
see
very
them.
lazy. I'm a very lazy
Like
rebel.
you have the right to bear arms, just not recreational flames.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, what good is that? Yeah.
It's too loud.
Yeah. I don't want a holiday saying, "Hey, you're allowed to blow stuff up." I'm like this, and they're like, "No." I'm like this, and they're like, "No, not that." I'm like this. Yeah, we guess.
That's what it's like
okay.
to be a child.
Go over there and do it. You can go over there and do it. What do you, yeah.
Well, I also don't like the shooting thing because since I never experienced that till I moved to KC. And 4th of
Yeah.
July, people just shoot guns.
When I was a cable guy, I hated that because the bullets get caught in the cable lines.
Didn't
the
you
bullets
grow
get
up in
caught
a
the
small
cable lines.
town?
Yeah.
And people didn't shoot off. Where what state? What?
Illinois.
Illinois. Okay.
Yeah.
Not a lot of gun people in Illinois.
Not. I didn't live
That
in.
you
I
were
didn't
around?
live in
Yeah.
an urban area though.
Yeah.
It was a very small town.
Yeah. A lot of times out in the middle of nowhere, there's a lot of.
There's a
You
lot
just
of-
mean like the
It
houses
wasn't-
were far enough apart
Well,
that you
it
probably
wasn't.
don't.
It wasn't the middle of nowhere. It was the suburbs.
Oh,
So there are
okay, gotcha.
a lot of cops, and that's how the town makes its money is
Gotcha.
with cops. So people just knew not to shoot
Yeah.
guns. Also, I
Nice.
don't know what. I think the gun laws are a lot stricter there.
Yeah. Which still just makes 4th of July a weird holiday, you know? It's
Yeah.
Just odd.
Yeah.
Keaton, what's the worst way to find out you're adopted? Text.
What?
What?
What? Oh, I don't know. In a way that you don't believe, I suppose. I don't know.
What if, yeah, like if it had been like a running joke your entire life that like, oh, what if you were you're adopted, but it's understood that it's a joke, and then like your 18th birthday rolls around, and they're like, oh, by the way, we weren't kidding, you actually have been
Yeah.
adopted this whole
Yeah,
time.
the worst way is the 20th time.
Yeah. Yeah. It just hits different
Yeah.
for some reason. That's fair. Are you adopted, Sierra?
No.
Okay. Are you sure?
I mean, me and my dad look identical, so
Nice.
that'd be kind of difficult.
That'd be impressive.
I mean, that was kind of always a running gag. 'Cause they'd always say I was adopted. They'd say I'm the mailman's kid
Nice.
because we look so similar that it's literally impossible for that to be a
You and the mailman?
possibility. No, my father
okay.
and I.
Yeah.
It would have just been funny if you also looked exactly like if your dad
It
also
would
looked
be.
exactly like the mailman.
It would be funny, actually.
Yeah, like the genes are so strong on my dad's side. Like we all like I actually look more like my grandfather than my father, and like which raises some questions.
Tough denim, you know. We like to. Big fan of some strong denim.
Tough.
Yeah.
I'm confused. What?
Strong jeans. It doesn't
Oh,
matter.
gotcha.
Sierra, I
Okay.
think it's your kind.
Took me a second.
You know.
I didn't get it either. Okay. Best country to reside in other than the U.S. Taylor.
I don't know if it's the best one. If suddenly I had to be fleeing the U.S. and assuming all things equal for like ability to get into a new country, I like the idea of Prague. It's a nice little country. It's not too big. It's not too big. It's got some cool buildings. It's European enough to like have the healthcare probably and stuff, and it's.
You should
small
probably
enough to-
confirm that before going.
Why would I? Why? I'm on a time crunch. I gotta get out of the U.S. You know, I'm not leaving here unless I'm in a hurry.
I know
All
literally
my friends
nothing
are
about
here.
Prague.
Yeah, me either. I just
Okay.
know there's some buildings over there.
You have to have a.
When I was a younger person, I
better
followed a YouTuber who would make video essays of themselves, and they lived in Prague, and they would
Okay.
there would be B-roll of them like walking around Prague, and like Prague looked cool. Also, Terrence McKenna visited Prague once, and there's footage that I've seen on YouTube. Of
There's a
him
lot of
walking around
footage of
Prague,
other
and there's just cool
places that
buildings.
seem
Yeah.
cool, and then people go and they're like, it's not that cool.
Yeah.
What is
LA.
the best country beside the U.S.? I'm like physically next to it.
This feels
Canada?
Vaguely racial.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah. Why you gotta pit Mexico and Canada against each other to us like that, Keaton? What?
There's only two options.
I gotta pick Mexico then. She said Canada, and
Yeah.
then we can it all
Keep it.
evens out.
Yeah.
I'm not white, so
This
I
is
can't
the-
say Canada.
So you get Canada, he gets the U.S., and I get Mexico, and that's the
That's
game
fair.
of risk.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the
yeah.
risk game, and then we assemble our armies and try to
Wait, what?
take over the entire continent.
Wait,
you know?
what?
Yeah. Well, that's just what I'm having Mexico do if I'm in charge. I'm
Oh,
like, no,
shit.
we're gonna
Okay.
northern expansion. You know.
Well, I'm Canada, and we're all about peace, and so I'm out. But
Damn.
I'm sure you're in.
You want to go to war, Keaton?
Yeah. All the time.
Such a non-committal. Yeah, I guess.
Cool.
Sure, let's go to war. I've been waiting for
Nice.
just been waiting for someone else to declare it. You know, I don't want to. It's a good time.
Well, my whole life I've been trying to get somebody to like shoot at me, and nobody will.
Really?
Yeah.
Since when? How old were you the first time that you? When was the first time you tried to get someone to shoot at you?
3.
3?
Yes.
Were you just ran in front of them and said, "Hey, shoot at me," or like what was your bid for getting shot?
I just wanted to be included.
Okay.
It's
Well, that's why. But what
Yeah.
did you do? What did you do to try to get shot? You just found someone with a gun and raised your hand and was like, "Hey, point that over here."
Well, I came from the
Pull the
era,
trigger.
of, like the beginnings of like the school shooting era, and it was just like, hey, like me too.
Nice. Were you ever in the building for it for an
No.
active shooter? No. Sad.
A couple of years ago, like I was at work and like somebody was like, "Oh man, they shot up this elementary school," like,
Yeah.
and then like I looked up the article, and I was just like, "Oh shit, that was mine."
Interesting. But you're like, how old were you at the How many years since you had graduated?
I still haven't.
You graduate elementary school? Okay. You
Um,
don't, but
Let's see. I was I was 30 years removed.
okay, gotcha. So if you could drop through a portal into your elementary school classroom, what would you want to tell your elementary school self?
What would I want to tell my elementary
Yeah,
schools?
you got 30 seconds.
Don't take up music.
Okay, interesting. Do you think that you would listen to yourself?
No, I'd be like, I would wonder. It's like, why is Grandpa telling me this?
Well, you'd probably figure it out by the
like-
time you were 6. You would probably have this theory that I'm pretty sure that I time travel in the future, and no one believes you.
No,
like,
because
time travel's
like
not real. But you're like,
if you
I
go,
think
if you
that was
look
me.
at old pictures of my grandfather, like we look almost identical.
So you'll just be convinced that your grandfather had
Yeah.
cracked time travel back when he was.
Or you're just thinking, why did Grandpa fall through the ceiling?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just like, it was like, does he work here?
Well, was your grandpa 39 when you were in elementary school?
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Well, what about when you ask your grandpa what he was doing at the school and he said he
was
wasn't
probably
there?
mid-40s.
Okay, so what about when you ask your grandpa why he told you to not take up music at school last week and he's like, I didn't tell you that. What are you talking about? You're crazy.
You didn't question. Like you're just like, yes sir. All right.
Okay. But you did see something. So what are you gonna start? Are you gonna start thinking, okay, that was grandpa, but he's not letting on, so I guess I'm just gonna forget all about it? Or would you be like, no, but I saw something, but it wasn't grandpa then, so what was that?
How would I know?
Because you were in school and someone fell out of the ceiling and told you to not take up music and then fell through the floor.
Oh yeah, like I probably.
And you heard 3 people laughing about it before the portal closed. Like,
I have seen some bizarre shit and immediately forgotten about it.
okay.
You're getting angry at your own hypothetical.
I'm not getting angry at my own hypothetical. I'm getting angry at Keaton refusing to interact with the hypothetical.
Like hypothetically, I don't know how to answer this.
Interesting.
Actually,
But in a world where, could you imagine a world where you could answer it?
I'm so surprised that you didn't call me on that.
I'm not gonna.
It wasn't hypothetical at all.
Okay. Well, anything's hypothetical if you hypothesize it. Okay.
Hypothetical.
You could hypothesize something that is one-to-one parallel with concrete reality, and you're still abstracting at the point that you're like,
I don't believe in parallel abstractions.
This is content. Okay. These are the comedians of Kansas City, folks. This is the scene. This is the scene. We tried to get Sam Hampton on to talk about his recent Facebook posts, but he couldn't be gotten hold of. I'm just time stamping that for myself so that I can never forget it.
Nothing about that should have ever happened.
Don't heckle people. Don't heckle hecklers, and don't heckle people heckling hecklers.
Just shut up.
Just shut up.
Yeah.
It's a message from the Kansas City comedy scene. Just shut up.
Is heckling a Yiddish word?
I have no idea.
It sounds Yiddish.
I'm bad at Googling things quickly. I'm not. I need a Janie.
You do. Can I be
that
your
can-
Jamie?
You are you fast at Googling things?
Yeah, I'm
You
the
want to Google
fastest at Googling.
if heckling is a Yiddish
I
word
dropped
while
my
we.
phone about 20 minutes ago, so
Did
I'm
it break?
No, it's on the floor. So
Okay.
She
It
just
didn't register to me that 20 minutes ago was during the podcast.
She just abandoned it.
She's like,
well,
well,
it's gonna
that's
be a whole
gone now.
process getting it. I was just gonna wait.
You didn't want to crawl through
Yeah,
cables
that, yeah.
and
I don't want to accidentally unplug something.
dust balls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Valid.
fine. I won't need it. Although I did, but
Yeah.
not just now.
I guess that's. If you do want to get your phone, we can just ask gossip cards about you while you're under the table
No,
hunting for your
that's
phone.
okay.
And
That's all right.
Hey Keaton.
Yes.
I don't.
Are you looking for a
don't.
phone?
I
Are you
don't
saying
need,
if you can see the
I
phone
don't
so
need
you
the
could
phone.
reach down quickly and
No,
grab
it's
it?
closer to me. I don't need my phone. Now I have to get it. Inquiring about it. All right, I have my
What
phone.
kind of phone do you have?
An 11.
You have a case on it?
No.
Nice. Is that a religious choice, or is it you just haven't gotten around to getting a case, or is it a new phone?
It's just
No, it's an
a
11.
broken. It's my phone is broken and it doesn't charge unless there's nothing. If there's a case on it, it won't charge.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's really.
gotta, like,
And the complete left side of my phone doesn't work, like the touch screen.
Whoa.
So I can't type 1 or Q, or pretty much anything on the left side of my phone.
You have to avoid the letter Q in your written communication.
I just have to hope autocorrect knows what I'm talking about.
Valid.
Yeah.
Valid. That's insane. That's wow. I wouldn't be able to cope. Keaton, how soon is it acceptable to tell someone you've been dating that you love them?
I would say like whenever you feel it.
whenever you feel it. Interesting.
I mean, like, you know, like that would, like, sometimes it's never acceptable.
Really? Well, yeah. If you don't feel it, yeah. How long? Okay, how long would you date someone without feeling that you love them before you're like we got to stop dating? I've never. This isn't going to go anywhere. I don't think. What do you think is the max time?
I would be forward with that. I'd be like, I don't think this is going to go anywhere.
But like, what's the
we can,
longest?
But we can keep going if you want.
Really? That's how you would pitch it?
Like, you
You're
know,
like, I don't love you, but if you're having fun, we can keep going as long as you're okay with keeping going, knowing that I don't love you.
Yeah, I mean, well,
okay, interesting.
well, it depends on if it's mutual. It's just like,
Sierra, have you ever told someone this?
It's like if we're not in love, but like, you know, we're both having a good time. It's like, why not?
I feel like what you're doing, like essentially stops being dating at that point. No.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's
and especially if the other person thinks you've been dating this whole time. Ostensibly, what you've been doing hasn't been dating the whole time to them at the point that they know that.
It sounds like a very up for interpretation type situation.
That's true. That's true. Sierra, how long do you think is acceptable before you tell someone that you love them when you're dating them?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
How long do
I'm
you...
very dumb in this realm
valid.
of topic.
No. How long would you date someone not hearing and them not tell you that they love you before you stop dating them, Keaton?
like I would make the inquiry. Like,
right.
if it started to
How
bother
soon in? How soon in do you think that you would feel like
whenever
bringing
it
it up?
started to bother me?
How long do you think that would take?
It seems like you're very black and white thinking.
Not black. I don't think that's black and white thinking. I think
It's like
that's
I think it's weird
Maybe
that,
it is, comment below.
that you feel like your emotions follow a linear timeline.
Yeah.
well, you exist on a linear timeline, and your emotions happen.
well, yeah, I know, but not like clockwork. It's not like
Yeah, not like clockwork, but like.
It's like my emotional clock is
Sure,
ticking.
that's like
It's just
if I say how long does it take for you to get hungry, and you're like, well, hunger doesn't happen on a linear timeline. I can be like, yeah, but usually after about 6 hours you feel hungry. You know, like someone dies after like 72 hours of no water. Like on average, it's not 72 hours. Look it
Hunger
up.
is also very up
But-
for interpretation.
Yes.
Sure, yes, but what I'm saying is, how hungry do you have to get before you eat, or how long? It's like saying how long do you have to be at a restaurant and they haven't brought you your food before you walk out, right? Like,
yeah, but
because
like,
if you theoretically start dating to fulfill the need of being loved, no.
But this also sort of depends on your experiences together. Like you could fall in love with somebody immediately, like after a very intense experience.
Yes.
Or you could have like a bunch of like really like sort of like benign encounters with somebody, and like and you realize after a year and a half, it's just like, oh shit.
You could also just pick one of those hypotheticals as what you want to interface with the umbrellaed hypothetical using, and then just say this many months if
depends,
things were
though.
like this.
But it depends on the person and the feeling.
It's like how long
and
am I
the-
going to wait for my food at a McDonald's versus a Red Lobster? And I'm like, I just said a restaurant. You can say either.
I think you should delve deeper into your emotions. And,
Yeah.
No, I think I should delve deeper into Keaton's emotions myself.
Like how long? How long
Ask
do you
me a
wait?
question back.
How long do you wait before marrying somebody? It's
Hang on. 8 months. 8 months is how long I wait before marrying someone, Keaton. How long do you wait?
before marrying somebody.
Yeah. If you tell me it fucking depends.
it's great content.
Well, last time it was 12 years.
Are there any other times? How many times you been married?
I've been married once.
Okay. Why'd you have to think about that? Have there been times that you know that you would marry the person that it just never happened? Is that
Yes.
what that face is? Okay.
Yeah, like I've been,
We're learning.
like I was engaged like before that,
Okay.
like years and years.
How many
ago.
times have you been engaged?
Twice.
Twice. Okay.
We're unveiling the curtain.
I know. This is all the marbles. How many times have you been engaged, Sierra?
0.
Nice. Hell yeah.
0 times.
How many months do you wait before you get married to somebody?
Do
you think?
I've never been married.
Okay. Yeah. But like, if you were, how many months do you think you waited?
Do you not have like feelings or emotions?
No, not me. I'm a
It
robot.
depends.
I'm a robotic owl.
You're like,
He is a robot.
it depends on the person.
I'm running
in
on
the
ChatGPT and a
scenario.
prayer over here.
What's
If
funny is you've created a precedent now. It's like if you have other relationships in the future, like they're gonna go back and be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
all right, we know the date.
Yeah, and they're gonna know whether I fell more or less in love with them quicker or slower than that other time.
Can you repeat your question?
Hypothetically, I could kill myself
Did
before
you
that
say
happens.
how
What?
many? Did you say how many months?
8.
No, I mean like when you asked me the question, did
Yeah.
you say how long or how many months?
No,
That's
I think I said both.
Okay.
It's like the closing your goddamn door, closing the
Yeah.
goddamn door, Panic at the Disco meme.
Well, if the question is how many months, it would be 0.
Weeks, months, years.
Yeah, it would be.
How many years?
It depends on the person.
Okay.
Yeah, well, but if the answer to that is 6,
Let's say
it's
it's
just
the
like, how
perfect
fucking
person.
long have you known this person?
Yeah,
Let's say it's the best case scenario person. You meet the person that you just know because when you know. How long do you think it's going
Well-
to be from meeting that person that you just know when you know them?
Despite my age and the average generational mindset, I would not be the one to propose.
Okay. So like, when would you start trying to manipulate them into proposing?
When I want to get married.
Yeah. So how when do you think
I
that is
don't
going to
know.
happen? Okay.
I've never been married. I've never been.
But we confirmed that once she wanted to be proposed to, she would not be above manipulation.
Really?
She accepted that real quick when I was like, so when would you try to manipulate them?
Well, I think the real question is, do I want to be married?
That is the real question.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure if you say it fucking depends.
It depends, man. It depends.
Based. True.
Yeah.
True and based.
I'm very go with the flow. It's just what happens.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Are you?
Yeah. That's how I got married.
It's like a very go with the flow, but
Yeah.
everything is
But
on
it
a
has to be
set
on this
timeline.
timeline. Yeah.
No. Doesn't have to be. It just can be.
But you wouldn't accept the lack of a timeline as an answer.
Well, yeah, because that's antithetical to the nature of the question.
Okay. So you just want content.
It's like, what is the half-life
want
of your personal emotional connections?
Did you say half and half?
No, the half-life. What is the half-life?
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Wait, what? What's the question?
The half-life of your like emotional connections. Like, you know, how long
It's like even after caffeine wears off, it's still in your system for like
Yeah.
You mean like
16 hours or something?
Like the honeymoon phase, like the end of that?
well, no, like how long do you
the opposite of a
how long
honeymoon
do you have
phase.
to
How long do you have to be separate from someone before you stop feeling anything?
Yes.
toward them?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, let's
Oh,
go.
I just didn't know what the question was.
Yeah. How long do you have to be separate from someone before the emotional ties
I still don't understand the question.
dissipate?
well, like you feel a connection to somebody, and then like, you know, there's a span of time where like you don't have any sort of like emotional incitation. Is that the word?
Interaction,
Yeah.
attachment.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, it's like you don't feel anything for a while, and then like, you know, something else will make you feel something. It's just like how long before like that is just
Before you no longer
How long
before
does it
that
take?
door closes.
Are you saying how long does it take to get over somebody?
Sure.
That was a much okay.
no, because that's not necessarily because
Well,
like, you can slowly fall out of
We were
love
so
with
close to
somebody.
just getting a baseline answer that
you,
we could
you
work.
could slowly fall out of love with somebody just because like you like nothing like you it's like yeah, we're still together, but like not like there's no emotional connection for
Yeah, but that's a different thing than like
Sort of.
if you break up with someone while you do love them and then until you no
Yeah.
longer emotionally.
You're saying okay. You're saying that you
Involved,
break up with somebody. So
Okay.
there's end of a relationship.
Okay.
How long are you saying? Is the question how long after that do you get over? Do you?
right.
Yeah, how long after that do the feelings last?
Because this is why like the term rekindling is a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna hate me, but it's very up for it.
true.
Depends on the person and the connection
Do you
that
have
you
like
had.
friends that you grew up with that like you don't see anymore?
Yeah.
How do
I
you,
moved
do you
away from
intensely
my hometown.
do you intensely miss them?
No.
Okay.
Well,
Did you
I-
at one
I
point
miss-
intensely miss them?
I miss like my best friend, but like overall, all my friends, not really.
Okay, but like, are there friends who like when you moved away, you like really missed them, but like now you don't really miss them?
Yeah.
Okay,
Sure.
how long did that take?
Oh, a year.
About a year. Okay, interesting.
A year of just slowly not talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After the point of not talking
Yeah.
anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keaton, what's your average? What's your average at the point of you're not talking anymore? How long until you're
Depends on the relationship, like the
Right.
nature of the relationship.
said average?
Uh, we'll say the average is 8 years.
8 years. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, like, you
Nice.
know, like
Molecular cycle and some change.
sometimes it happens immediately. Sometimes like, you know, you think it happened and then it didn't.
What's your shortest, longest?
I would say immediately and probably like 12 years. So I like we'll amend that to 6.
What's it take for immediately? Because like, for like no emotions at all. Like I've had like emotionally valent relationships where like I immediately no longer feel positively toward the person, but usually
Yeah.
it's replaced by some other type of feeling.
Well, a lot of
but, like,
times
to not feel anything towards the person
a
immediately.
lot of times
is
that's
strange
why
to
the
me.
connection was broken. We're just like, oh, I don't feel anything for you.
Gotcha. So you notice that, and then the break happens instead of the break happening, and then you start to know. Okay, fair enough. Well, that's a confound.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, it's a confound. Well, because it's there's a variable that messes with being able to generalize about these
Gotcha.
things.
See, I feel like you were taking this from the perspective of like always being broken up with, which is something that I kind of resent.
No, just well, it depends on our definition of like breaking up,
Yes.
right? Because like I'm just taking it from the context of no longer seeing / speaking to somebody that you had an emotional attachment
Okay.
with / to. Parasocial breakups are weird. Right.
Not familiar. What?
Parasocial breakups. Are you familiar with parasocial relationships? Blah blah blah.
No.
Parasociality.
No.
Okay, so a parasocial relationship is like if your favorite podcaster or something that you've never met, like, or your favorite musician, right? You have a relationship to them, they don't have a relationship to you, right?
Okay.
You have a personal relationship with them, they don't know who the fuck you are.
You said parasocial.
Yeah.
I heard Paris-ocial. I was just like,
Oh.
who the fuck are these people?
Jared Oshel's sister. Yeah.
I was like, I thought it was like some sort of like phenomenon from a psychologist I'd never heard of.
I'm gonna start calling Madison Busby parasocial. You know, it'll be good. It'll be good. Sierra, I think it's your card. And if anyone has a question that isn't on these cards, feel free to shut up
Okay.
about it. No, I'm kidding. Ask it.
All right, Michael. The first time you felt like you'd made it.
Hell yeah.
Made what?
It.
It?
That you felt you'd established yourself in some meaningful way
Oh,
in relation to a goal.
I believe I was
Gave
46.
you worth. Yeah. He saw himself fall out of a portal and he was like,
Where's this food coming? You're just making food.
I did time travel. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
food now. Is there ketchup?
Oh yeah.
Nice. Thank you for water.
Thank you.
Yeah, Ani ever
Ani's
since
the
the beginning of this
best.
podcast, Ani has insisted on making food for it, much to my
Yes, sir.
annoying complaints and to
Thank you.
every guest ever being very happy about.
Nice. Water break.
Water break.
Nice.
Did you have any?
Yeah, what was
Did you feel like proud of yourself when you graduated pre-K, Keaton? Did you? Have you ever felt proud of yourself when when you cross a threshold?
Pre-K.
Kindergarten.
Middle school.
No.
Okay.
So that's what was supposed to happen, and then.
What about like the first time you got booked on a show? Did you feel anything? Do you have emotions, Michael Keaton?
I mean, like I was nervous.
Okay. But you
But-
didn't feel any sense of accomplishment?
No,
Interesting.
I don't often feel accomplishment. Like you know, it's more pressure to perform.
Do you feel? What's the threshold guardian there? What keeps you from feeling accomplishment? Is there like a guilt response there? Is it
Yeah. Well, I was also raised that way.
right? But like, how was that conditioned? In what way were you raised that way? What modulated that? What kept that from happening?
Like from like a very young age, like I was never told you did well. It was always you did well, but here's how you could improve.
Sure.
And like the focus was on the improvement, not on
Yeah.
the having done.
So in your brain, it just feels rude to dwell on the success itself.
Yeah, like what is done doesn't matter. It's only what needs
It doesn't
to be
exist
done.
anymore. There's only presence.
Essentially,
Okay.
yeah. It's like your only focus should be what you need to do.
You feel accomplished ever, Sarah?
I'm very similar. I yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't necessarily feel accomplished. I more so try to think of what I can do next.
See, I also like had that like condition towards me, but it didn't quite take. So like, I'll still feel the accomplishment. I just then feel a shame response to the feeling of the accomplishment, and I'm like,
That's
you got to
not
stop
good.
feeling. It is what it is.
Get that checked out. Probably. You should get that checked out.
I should probably. I don't know. What are they gonna do? Medicate it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
Every
What?
now when I actually
That's
get
just a routine
get
I'm
to
not
the
gonna be able to
doctor, I
keep.
get something checked out, and I'm like, I did it.
Really? Okay.
When you get diagnosed with things.
When you keep up on self-care, you feel good about yourself.
That's good.
No, just,
Oh.
just going to the doctor.
I got hope for a second.
Interesting.
That's a great point.
Why do I frustrate you so much?
You know, you ask that question like you don't know the answer to it. And I am toxically feminine enough to be one of those people that'll be like, well, if you don't know, I'm not going to tell you. That is a me move. That's some me shit. You know?
That's crazy.
How am I supposed to find out?
By being smart
That's asking too much.
and watching and analyzing, crawling, and asking questions.
I'm assuming you said analyzing. I heard vandalizing.
By vandalizing. Break my mirror and leave me a sticky note asking what's wrong, and then give me multiple choice. Was it this thing that I did, this thing I did, or that thing I did? And maybe I'll circle one of the things. Or I'll write, like, I'll draw a little smirking emoji next to one of them so you know it's not that, but I noticed that you thought of that, you know?
This feels like a toxic relationship. And I feel nothing. We don't need to continue.
Welcome to the Michael Keaton breakup episode of this podcast. Comment below which team you're on.
Yay.
This is Michael's last episode. That's not true. That's not true. He's being recast by Sierra McCree. We're gonna call Sierra.
Recast?
We're gonna call Sierra Michael Keaton
Oh,
every
hell
time
yeah.
she's on the podcast after this episode.
Can I be? I don't know. I'm not very good at impressions.
You also have to answer all the questions as if you were Michael Keaton.
Oh, I'm not very good at impressions.
Okay. Why?
I'm not a good actor.
You just don't practice. Really?
I'm not an actor.
She's a
Interesting.
director.
Yeah. Hell
I
yeah,
can't
brother.
act.
Are you bad at lying?
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm not a great
Humble
liar.
brag. You know.
Is it?
Yeah.
I feel like it's a good quality to have.
That's why it's a brag.
No, lying.
Oh,
It's a good
really?
quality to have.
Why? What's great about lying? What do you like about lying?
No, I don't like lying. I'm saying I feel like being a good
What
liar.
would you like about lying if you were good at
You
it?
can get away with stuff.
Okay, fair.
Yeah. I can't get away
What
with
would you
anything.
be trying to get away with?
Unless you feel guilty. See, I'm bad at I'm a great liar.
Yeah.
But I always immediately be like, yeah, that's not true.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Who's?
I think it's
Keaton's card.
yeah.
I don't know what any of these mean, so I'm just picking one.
You've been on the podcast so many times.
I know, and like I can't remember
they're
what's what.
clearly marked with very not abstract images.
Not at all.
Taylor, what skills do you think the person across from you will acquire?
Person across from me. I think Sierra's gonna learn to lie in the next 5 years. I think
Oh,
she's gonna
okay.
get a lot better at lying.
Cool.
Because you leave your teen years and you're like, okay, we gotta learn to make ourselves palatable by our 30s.
See, I feel like teenagers are better at lying. Because they need
I think that teenagers just have the privilege of more automatic privacy. You know, like
I had no privacy as a teenager.
from your parents, but like from anyone who's not your parents. Who did you not have privacy from?
Teenagers are terrible liars. like your
Were you a
parents
terrible liar
are
when you
just
were a
like they just throw their hands up and be like, I don't want to deal with this right now.
Yeah.
Like this doesn't matter. I don't-
Interesting.
If anyone else wants ketchup for their pigs and blankets, that
I
they
forgot
might
the
be
question.
eating.
Do you want some mustard?
What? Mustard. What skills do I think the people across from me will
Oh,
acquire?
and I'll be a good liar. Yeah, maybe.
You'll be a good liar. I think you'll be a good liar. You're gonna be a director. You're gonna have to be. You're gonna have to
Yeah,
work with
for sure.
actors. You're gonna have to work with actors and their egos. You're gonna have to learn how to lie to make
Am I going to
people
be a director?
be okay. He said. I'm going off what he said. I assume that he knows things about you because you're sitting on the same side of a table
Yeah.
and he's speaking
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
And so I just assume that he couldn't
mean, he
possibly
is a
be
man,
speaking out of
that's
turn
like,
for you.
yeah.
Yeah, that's my
Who are
duty
you
as
to
part of
assume?
my duty as part of the patriarchy is to trust everything he says and to
Yeah.
believe him if he says you're crazy
He's
and
my
not to listen to
words.
anything that
Yeah,
you tell me
yeah.
about him.
No, that's good.
I am words. Hell yeah.
That's a great call.
I am words. Hear me
Were you
well.
in the beginning?
In the beginning?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. Humble brag.
I know I'm the diversity cast
Are you?
for the podcast.
Oh, yeah, 'cause you're a woman?
No, I am.
That's true.
Yeah, the woman and the what are your thoughts on the word cripple, Keaton? What are your thoughts on it? He's a little handicapped.
I think it's fun.
You think it's fun?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I
In
mean,
what fun? How? In what way? Where
Well,
does the
sometimes
fun
you get
of the
pulled
word
over by
come
the
from?
cops,
How?
and it's yeah, and they're just like, we're gonna lead your wheelchair places.
So by that you mean it's fun being a cripple sometimes, but like the word itself.
Do you take offense?
Why would I take offense?
Because you got a gate that you need to use for? I don't know.
Some people do.
Shrugs.
It's my word, like you know.
Yeah. You're not going to gatekeep it? You're not going to gatekeep your fence?
No. Like if you're truly my friend, you get a pass.
Hell yeah. You heard it here first. If you're truly their friend, you have the pass. That's what you heard here. Oh God. Okay. I think Keaton's gonna get real good at calisthenics over the next. You're probably already decent. Are you a big calisthenics guy?
I was.
You were. Okay.
Like for years and years, I was.
You should get those. Do you have the Nightwing things? The loops on the ribbons. The loops
What?
on the ribbons where you're like hovering.
Olympic
those?
rings?
Yeah, those.
Yeah, I use them pretty regularly.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I like those. Those look cool. Those look really cool. Of all the calisthenics equipment, I think those are the coolest looking. It's like that and salmon ladders.
They're also the most useful.
Olympic rings and salmon ladders, man. Those are pretty cool.
We're talking about working out again. So
Yeah, I know.
thinking about other
It's
things.
Sierra.
Working out a sport.
No. Sierra, what's the worst fashion / personal style trend?
Furries.
Okay.
No, that's not my real answer.
Go on. That's not your real answer?
No.
Okay. You like furries? You're
No,
a fan.
no.
Oh, okay.
See, it's very stylistic sex. Is what it is.
Wait, fashion /
Art
personal
house
style.
stuff.
Wait, what's the question? I just see fashion and personal style trend.
It's worst. Worst?
Oh, worst. Okay. A lot of people would disagree with me, but I'm not a fan of bell bottoms. I think they're kind of ugly.
Okay.
I don't know many fashion trends, to be honest.
Why are they all blue? You know what? I don't
They're
see a lot
not.
of black bell-bottom jeans.
I think that's
I'm
just
sure they exist, but you don't see them as often.
I've seen a ton of like other colored bell bottoms.
Yeah.
But they weren't denim.
Valid.
I was a bad person to ask that question to. You should ask Keaton. He would know more.
Keaton, what's the
About
worst
fashion.
personal style / fashion choice? You're a fashion.
Yeah, yeah.
The
You're a
cat, the
town
cat in the
fascist.
hat top hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big thing for a while.
We've all had improv friends.
The bow tie.
Oh.
I'm not a fan of the bow tie.
I like the bow tie.
No. You're wrong.
I'm wrong that I like the bow tie.
Yeah.
Doctor Who's on his side.
Yeah.
It's not looking good for him.
Vests.
I agree. To the ovens with them, I say. Vest people. Vest people are the worst.
They really are.
Don't trust them. They're too good at lying. That's
I
the
know,
problem with
yeah.
vest people.
Waistcoats, on the other hand.
No
yeah.
emotions. Emotionless, traitorous fucks. Every
Aviators
last one
are
of them.
really weird too.
She's talking about pilots.
I
She
don't
hates
trust people in
pilots.
baseball caps
I like
myself.
baseball caps, yeah. Tom and Jerry's also a really dumb cartoon.
Oh,
I
you
don't-
take that back.
No, I like Tom and Jerry.
I say you're an artist. You should like Tom and Jerry. What artist doesn't like Tom and Jerry? You don't like Tom and Jerry? What's your favorite cartoon?
I'm not much into animation stuff.
So
to be
many
honest.
Zoomers. So many Zoomers. What is this? I know so many Zoomers who don't like
I
cartoons.
know a lot of people my age that like cartoons. I've been getting
I
really
don't.
into Smiling Friends lately. I don't know if you've heard of that.
I know of it.
Yeah.
Is that like Skibbity Toilet?
No.
It's not.
No,
But
no,
It sits in the same box in my brain, but it's like Skibbity
it
Toilet for
shouldn't.
adults.
It shouldn't.
I kind of suspect it might be because of the proliferation of like computer animation. Like, like it doesn't have the soul.
Oh.
That's true.
These kids haven't seen Fantastic Planet.
Never heard of it.
It's French.
Not for children.
That's why they haven't seen it.
You could. Why not?
I mean, I was a child when I saw heavy metal. So
Nice.
but that's not.
I was 21 when I saw heavy metal. That was
I really like Bob's Burgers.
nice. That's fun.
Yeah.
Made out of watermelon.
Oh hell yeah. Burger.
That sounds like a chain. Just burger.
Yeah.
That'd be my fictional world. Like instead of McDonald's, you just call it burger.
Yeah.
Let's go down to burgers.
The golden M's.
Yeah. Pretty good. Pretty good. High arches on those M's. It's got a cane. Sierra, I think it's your card.
No. I don't know who to ask this question to.
Uh-oh.
There should be a me question.
Ooh.
Taylor.
Want to hand it to someone else to read
No.
it? Okay.
Taylor, complete the statement. Men only want one thing, and it's blank.
Fucking gross. No. Men only want one thing.
Power.
Yeah, power. Everything's about power except everything's about power except power. I mean, power is about sex, but everything else is about power. You know, that's what Kevin Spacey said. He didn't. He said it backwards. House of Cards is that everything's about. It doesn't matter. Why power, Keaton?
It was a joke.
Why?
I am a comic.
Yeah, why are you telling jokes? I'm like, yeah, but why? What do you? Is there only one thing that you want, Keaton? Do you have like one? Do you have a kernel need? Do you have a kernel need? Do you have like a central need from which all other action flows?
Yes, sort of.
Nice. What is it? Does it depend?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, like it's
That's the answer.
What, are you uncomfortable telling two people that you've known for a year or less your most kernel need?
yes, because we're not recording this at all.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, like it's I'm trying to think of the best way to put this. The rejection of suffering.
Like for you want to be able to reject like
Yes.
when you say rejection, what's your
Yeah, like like basically like the elimination of personal suffering.
elimination of personal suffering? Okay, the avoidance of
Like it's like it's not even satisfaction.
avoidance of negative stimulus. Like
Yes.
minimalization of Okay.
So you need to not suffer, is what you're saying.
He just wants to not necessarily. He doesn't need to be comfortable. He just needs to not be uncomfortable.
Right.
Yeah.
But being uncomfortable is the opposite of being comfortable.
Right. And he doesn't want the opposite of being uncomfortable. He just doesn't want to be uncomfortable.
Which, I'm confused.
Like,
I'm sure he wouldn't say no to comfort.
Like you don't have to love light to not want to be in the dark.
Okay.
But you do have to not like dark.
Right.
Yeah.
This is too philosophical for me.
I agree.
Hell yeah, I don't.
Do you like philosophy, Keaton?
I'm not educated enough in it.
Me either. Who is?
I mean, sort of like
Okay.
like I
Very coy answer. From
I
Michael
like
Keaton.
thinking about stuff. I like thinking about stuff.
I like thinking.
He feels Sophie's.
Unless I don't like
Sophus.
thinking about it, and then it sucks.
Yeah. Nice. Unless it's uncomfortable.
Sierra.
Nice.
What is the best way to tell if somebody likes you or not?
Another thing I'm very horrible at, because I just by default assume that nobody likes me.
Why?
Notice that.
Wait, what's the question?
So do you assume that people don't like you because you don't like yourself, or is it because you've just experienced a lot of people? You just think it's more likely than not, based on past experience?
That's a very philosophical question,
Is it?
and I don't like philosophy.
I feel like it's a historical question.
How do you tell if people like you or not?
Yeah. How do you tell if someone
I
likes
just
you?
read into people's social cues, and I mostly think the worst.
Nice. You're like, oh, their arms are crossed. They must be reaching for a concealed knife.
That's never crossed my mind, but now it's going to. No, that's gonna. Yeah,
That's what I always
that's a
think.
great point. The best way. Yeah. I'm scared.
Yeah.
The best way to tell is if I'm scared.
Best way to tell is if the best way to tell if someone likes me is if they tell me they like me.
You right, because you mentioned earlier you'll just believe people. You're just gonna if they say, yeah. But how do you know that they're not lying
I feel like I'm relatively good at being able to tell.
when you're being lied to?
Yeah.
Interesting. What's the best tell for like knowing if someone's lying?
I mean, social cues,
Such as,
tone,
Okay.
attitude,
hell yeah,
demeanor.
yeah,
If someone's like,
vibes.
yeah.
If you're lying,
You get a lion vibe about you, and I don't think you're probably lying to me. If you don't, Earth could be.
If someone's like, I like you, like that means they don't like me.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone's like, I like you, that means they like me.
Mm.
Same words, different.
Which is like that's your inflection for everything, Taylor.
Yeah, well, that's
that
my way
also
around
depends. It
people
also
knowing if
depends-
I'm lying. I
Oh,
just say
wow.
everything as if I were lying.
Yeah, I'm satisfied with that
People have
answer.
to
I am.
Well, it
Trust
also
me.
depends on the person. Like if I know the person's, I don't know. I'm the best way to tell if someone likes me is if I don't.
How long into knowing someone before you think you can tell if they're lying to you?
It depends on the person.
Okay, fine.
It's like I know you like me because I don't like you.
No.
And I don't like you because you're just the kind of person who would like me. Fuck those people. You know.
That's how they end up liking you.
You know who I don't like? People that like me. Ugh.
I'm glad we're good then.
Yeah. So I have the vest to make people not like me, so I can like them more.
Good.
Yeah. It works. It works. Coping mechanisms.
Yeah,
Coping mechanisms.
You know people like you when they break your pipe.
Yeah. Because they're like, because they envy its place in my heart. You know, they're like, he likes this. Fuck that. You're supposed to like me, motherfucker.
To be fair, my hands were visibly full.
That's true. That's true. You had your phone and your thing and your thing.
Yeah, I had
it was
my
good.
drink
Yeah,
and
for the
my-
people
my
at home,
phone and my-
it wasn't
and
a
a
crime.
lighter.
A crime didn't happen. She didn't break it. She dropped it.
Well,
through no
technically, a
fault of her
crime
own.
did happen because
No crime happened.
because of the state.
No crimes have ever been committed by anyone at the table.
Oh, I've committed a few.
Keaton,
Yeah.
you want to start listing them or no? Don't do that on this. Complete the statement. Ooh. On theme. Okay, Sierra. Complete the statement. If blank is illegal, then lock me up.
There's a lot of possibilities.
Okay.
I could just
Liking cats
answer
more than
it.
dogs.
I could answer it very logically and be boring, or I could try to think of a joke.
You could answer it logically and be boring while thinking of a joke. And you stall for time, but you still, I don't know. Don't let me tell you what to do.
It sounds like you're telling me what to do.
Well, I know, that's why I had to say, in case this sounds like I'm telling you what to do,
It sounds like you're mansplaining.
let's just all know that that's not what's happening. I'm not mansplaining, I'm gaslighting, okay?
If procrastinating is illegal,
They'll let you out eventually.
I'm a horrible procrastinator.
Like you're bad at it?
If overfilling my calendar was illegal, yeah,
That's a terrible combination of traits.
it is.
You overfill
No,
your calendar and you procrastinate?
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. It's an issue.
I like that.
I'm helping three different people move in 3 different cities on the same day.
That is very similar to situations I put myself in.
Really?
Yes.
How many people were you helping move?
I've never helped anyone move, but that realm of situation
Yeah.
happens.
3 different birthday parties?
Regularly.
Yeah.
More like I commit myself to things when I know I don't have time to do them.
I'm going to be so paranoid asking you to be on this podcast in the future. I'll be
I'm
like,
gonna
God,
say
God.
yes,
God
even if
damn
I
it.
don't have time.
God damn it. Oh boy. Keaton, you got anything for if things that are illegal and being locked up and whatnot?
Freedom.
What?
That's what. Yeah. That's what that founding father guy said. Hell yeah.
Give me freedom or give me a cot. I don't care.
That's what the 4th of July is about.
I have an answer for Michael for this question.
Ooh, yeah. What should Michael be arrested for?
If suddenly switching from irony to logic was illegal,
Yeah.
because he does that a lot. Well, he'll be making a joke, and then you try to go along with the joke, and then he suddenly switches up, and goes logical.
Why isn't this being taken
and then I
seriously?
feel like an idiot
Yeah.
because I'm like, I was being.
But
I
then he'll
was
say
kidding.
something that sounds very logical, and then you'll like try to engage with it. And he's like, "I was just fucking around, dude."
That's true.
Gotta keep you on your toes.
Yeah.
It does.
No, I don't.
No, that's true.
Is it out of spite that you're trying to keep us on our toes?
I think it's a power thing.
Yeah.
No, it's just funny.
Yeah.
Does it make you less uncomfortable?
No, it just makes me laugh.
It
Laughing
never-
doesn't make you less uncomfortable?
I mean, I suppose, but that's just sort of like that's happenstance. Like,
Okay. I just line up.
It's like I like
It's a
to laugh.
correlation with no cause.
I like to laugh, and it's like it's like the more I can, the better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Me
Fair
too.
enough. I won't knock it. If laughing's illegal,
Me too. I
then-
laugh at
then,
everything.
I'm sure I'd find a way to do it in private and not get caught.
I'd be imprisoned.
Nice.
If laughing was illegal, I just hope you can't smell it.
That's kind of fun. Sierra, I think it's your card. What time is it?
Why?
Well, I mean,
That's how this goes.
because there's a rotation in cards in the
Well,
center of the table.
my issue is choosing which card.
Mm.
Okay. Why? Who phrased this card?
Maggie Harris.
Taylor, what makes you think of your mommy?
Ah.
That word makes me uncomfortable.
I have never once called my mother that.
Me neither.
I think Facebook Messenger notifications from Jennifer Schwilling generally make me think of my maternal parent.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Yeah. When they call you, and you're like, oh yeah, you exist. You know, like, oh yeah, I didn't just pop out of the ground.
What about your non-maternal mommy?
My non-maternal mommy. I don't have a non-maternal mommy.
That's good.
I know it's pretty lame. I'm pretty boring. I'm a pretty boring person. That's why I gotta get other interesting people. It's not a podcast until there's other people than me at the table. It's because I'm boring. I don't even have a mommy.
You could
That's
do a
not
one-man
my
show.
Mom. I mean, that theoretically is what stand-up is, I guess, right? Like, there's not a lot of collaborative stand-up acts. Like,
There's a couple.
it exists. Yeah, you got like the guy with the arrow through his head and the other guy from
Steve
way
Martin.
back when.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
were just
yeah,
talking
I don't know who
about-
that is.
I do know who that is.
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
I know
She
the
didn't.
face. I know the face.
You seen
Okay.
Airplane?
I haven't seen anything that he's been in, but I've
He's
seen
not on
his
Airplane.
face.
Steve Martin's not in Airplane.
No.
Who was in Airplane? Who am I thinking of?
Leslie
the other
Nielsen?
guy. No,
No, he wasn't. I don't remember.
God damn it. I don't know. Anyways, who's the main guy in Airplane?
Not
I can Google it.
Steve Martin. Like that guy was like a notorious like straight man. Like he was.
Pink Panther.
That's
Who
Peter
am I thinking
Sellers.
of?
Leslie Nielsen?
No.
Like
I don't think it's
like,
Peter Sellers either.
Like Peter
What the
Sellers.
fuck?
Peter Sellers was the
I
original
feel like I'm
Pink
being
Panther.
gaslit. Yeah, who cares about the original?
Steve Martin played the remake.
And he's not in Airplane? Steve Martin's
No.
not in Airplane? I thought the guy from
Yeah,
what?
it's Leslie. Yeah.
Okay. I'm a baby. Okay. I don't know anything. I don't even know
Uneducated.
Bob Odenkirk.
Wow.
I know. But
Yeah,
I know Steve Martin. I just didn't know Airplane. I watched Airplane. I watched the first like 20 minutes of Airplane
That doesn't mean you watched Airplane.
earlier this year. I think it is. I'm pretty sure that you can get an idea of where Airplane's going in the first 20 minutes, which is nowhere.
The sky?
Yeah.
Yeah, the airplane just hangs out for a while. And you just hang out on the airplane with all these people, and there's weird.
Yeah, but it was
Yeah,
it was groundbreaking for the time, and then there's been so many
It's 80s?
Hmm?
80s?
70s.
I feel like every movie in the 70s was groundbreaking that you hear about. Anytime you're hearing about a movie from the 70s, it was groundbreaking. We'd never seen anything like this.
Well, it was the first time you'd seen that sort of ridiculous comedy,
Yeah.
where like everything is just non sequitur.
I don't know. The Monkees television show was 60s. That was pretty non sequitur. There's some weird wacky stuff going on in the Monkees. Yeah, the Monkees TV show. The Monkees, the band, the TV show. Yeah. Okay, fine.
Not a movie. I like that.
Yeah.
Also, the Cosby Show makes me think of my mom because she hated that show. She hated that show, and us kids really liked it back in the day. We would watch the Cosby Show, and she'd be like, "This is a bad show."
And Taylor's just like, I can smell the drugs.
Weirdly, no, I never suspected that drugs were involved at all in the making of the Cosby Show as a child. I was just like, "This is a weird."
Oh,
wacky
Rudy was all fucked up.
Do we know this?
No, I don't know.
I don't know. I would believe it. I'd believe you if you told me some weird story like the.
I don't like
the
how
making
plausible
of,
that was.
Wizard of Oz.
It was
you know?
supposed to be a
How
joke.
much
Well, who
time do we
knows?
have? Because I have to go to the restroom,
Like
and I don't want to
20
run away at
minutes
the
or
end.
something. You can, yeah. You can do that right now if you want. Like,
I can wait 20 minutes.
They will gossip about you.
well, it's gonna be like 25 minutes. It's gonna be like 35
it's a
minutes.
part of the show.
It's part of the show. Become part of the ecosystem.
It's a part of the show.
We're not gonna gossip about it. Well, I mean, it's not part of the show now because like. Usually we just wait for someone to leave. We don't usually telegraph. We wait until like someone's new who doesn't
Well,
know
it
the
was,
rule.
it was already telegraphed, so I already
know.
know that gossip is,
You already know.
will happen.
We've
I'm
ruined
okay.
it. We've ruined the show, guys.
Yeah.
There's no mystery anymore.
Yeah.
The show's gonna get
Your
divorced.
stance like I'm gonna get up and go to the restroom, but I've changed my mind.
We're waiting
I'm
for you to
not-
get up
I'm
and go
not-
to the restroom.
I don't want to be gossiped about.
Why not?
You can gossip about me, but don't make fun of me. I'll cry.
Oh yeah.
I will cry.
Don't heckle her.
You'll be the first person to cry on the podcast. It'll be history. It'll be groundbreaking.
It'll be history.
Oh. Actually, I think it's your card, Keaton.
Are we doing? Are we?
Yeah. Well, we have to. They're going.
Yeah.
That's how shit works. Hear it.
Everyone must answer
All the
your
marbles.
blank. This is not what these are.
Gossip
This-
cards.
Mm-mm.
That's
This
what they are.
is your blank. Who do you want to kiss?
Right.
Could be anyone.
Shout out,
not
Maggie
just,
Harris. Let's do a different card.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
not just.
let's try another gossip card.
Do you think blank is making a good impression tonight?
Yeah. Comment below, Sierra, as you're watching this afterwards. Do you think that I'm lying or not? Based on my social cues as I answered that card, do you think that I'm lying when I say, is blank making a good impression? Yeah.
And the whole point of this card is to make fun of you, and we're not
No,
allowed
it's to gossip about her. The
Well,
whole
yeah.
point of the card is to gossip about her.
I mean, that's kind of the same thing.
No.
It's just like, ooh.
You think the gossip always has a negative connotation?
Usually, yeah.
I think that you're probably correct in usage. I don't think it's baked into the word, but as used, yeah, 100%.
Like, 'cause if it wasn't like if it wasn't negative, it wouldn't be gossip. You would just be like, oh yeah, this is like these are
I don't know if that's true.
compliments. Kinda.
You can gossip positively about somebody. You can
That's not.
I'm liking the way this conversation is going.
The gossip is just that you're talking about someone in their absence and they don't know, right? Like
I always see gossip as a negative
you're
connotation.
sharing information. You're taking agency. You're taking agency from the person. That's the negative part of the gossip, right? Is you're taking away their decision about whether or not they share what information about themselves.
I think gossip isn't inherently scandalous. Well, you know,
Well, right, but the scandal is that we're fucking with what is known about this person. We're taking that out of their control.
But it's usually discussing of the scandalous, like a taboo subject.
Yeah, but that's just because that's not how humans.
It's like
are.
there's nothing taboo. Be like, oh, it was like this guy's a great dresser. Or like he's like yes, don't tell him. It's
yeah,
it's like shh.
but it could be. But you would be gossiping at that point.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's like
That is gossip.
Like I don't believe that. Like yeah, I think that like the nature of gossip is the nature of scandal.
Interesting.
Like it's discussion of taboo scandals.
You don't think it depends?
Not this time. No.
Damn, dude. Black and white thinker.
Little,
Michael Keaton.
little, like very little nuance in this one.
Yeah. Words have meanings. Okay.
Yeah.
How many genders are there, Keaton? No. Okay. I
3.
nice.
Nice.
Intersex is a gender.
I'm not gonna say what the third one is. It depends.
Okay. Sierra, what's a super cool hobby you personally will never have? What's a super cool hobby?
A hobby that I find cool, but
Yeah, but you wouldn't do it. You're never gonna do it, but like it's cool. But like you wouldn't do it. But like it's cool.
I tend to try anything if I think it'd be fun.
Okay. Is there anything you look at and you're like, that looks fun? I would never.
I would never. Well, I try not to put limits on myself like that.
Nice. Like Snoop Dogg.
Like anything that I wouldn't do, I probably don't want to.
Okay.
Like right now, I'm thinking like what wouldn't I do?
But like, are there things that you don't want to do that you do think are cool?
I think that like extreme sports are really dumb, and I would never do it.
Okay.
I think
So cool, like yeah, it takes talent, but I don't see it very positively. I just think it's dumb.
Gotcha.
I think it's sad that space travel is now officially an acceptable answer for this.
Oh, I have one actually.
Cool hobby that I would never have.
Scuba diving.
Scuba diving.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the ocean, but I'm terrified of it.
Facilophobic.
Yeah, there you go. That's my answer.
Nice. That's a good one. I would never scuba dive, but it's just because I hate the not being able to breathe through my nose thing.
Me too.
I hate that. Like if I had a scuba
You're
mask
lucky you don't
that I
have
could,
allergies.
if I I hate having allergies for that reason. That's the worst part of having allergies. But if there was like a scuba mask where I could breathe through my nose, I think that I would be more likely to. As long as there's no tubes going in my nose, though, I don't want that. But like if I could have,
So you want like one of those snorkel things, but that go really
that
like
go all the way over your face into a really long snorkel.
Really long.
Yeah.
So you can still
and
deep
it's a
dive.
cup that goes over your whole face so that I can breathe through my nose.
You want a diving bell?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd do that probably. If I can breathe through my nose the whole time and I can breathe while I'm underwater.
Yeah, you know what a diving bell is?
No,
it's
I don't.
it's like the old
Is
school
that
like
the big? You
yeah.
look like an astronaut.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be fun because I'd also look like a really weird astronaut. That'd be fun. Look like I'm wearing a giant steel. You look like you're wearing like the heaviest Dark Souls armor. You know. Like
It was really cool when they took that submarine down. That's something that's really cool. I wouldn't do.
like I'm glad that people do it, but like yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Looking forward to that second one. That'll be fun. Dude, how many do you think is going to take? Do you think that this next one is going to work, or do you think
The
that we're
next
going to
one?
be like 6?
What do
Yeah,
you
there's
mean?
another one. They're taking
No.
a submersible to look at the submersible. They're
What?
trying again. Yeah, no,
That's like when they made
I
the-
could be
the-
wrong about this. Comment below, but I'm pretty sure that I saw a thing and I heard someone talk about that they're doing another submersible.
That's like when they
Same place.
remade the Titanic ship.
Yeah.
And sent it like didn't they send it on like the same route?
I think that they're still trying to. I'm not sure if they have
They
yet,
haven't?
but
I thought I heard
they've
that.
constantly been like gearing up for it, right? The second Titanic.
I don't know. It makes me sad that like deep sea, like the giant octopus like needs that much pressure to live. But like but
Okay, keep going.
but when they surface, they don't explode.
Maybe they do. That's why they don't.
No, they
come
don't.
up.
Like they caught a live colossal one.
Well, is that why they're so like squishy? Because they have to be. Like, is that why? If they had a hard shell, would they just like burst on the inside of their shell as soon as they came up because of the pressure differential? Is that why they're squishy?
Well,
So they can stretch when the pressure.
They wouldn't be as like because they're so essentially like amorphous.
Yeah.
Because of the amount of mass they have. Like they can't live without like a massive amount of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's why the colossal and the giant octopus are only deep sea.
Yeah. So when we haul them up out of the water,
They die.
immediately,
Pretty quick.
do they die before they reach the surface?
They only caught one on camera that was alive at the time, and it was dying pretty fast.
Damn, dude.
And that's why it was at the surface, because it was dying anyways.
It was on the way out.
Yep.
It was like a cat wandering into the woods. The squid wanders toward the surface.
I would imagine it was probably extremely painful. It probably had the opposite of the bends. Yeah, the
Had
straight.
the Mercedes? What? It's better. Why? I don't.
2026.
Who can? Oh, the new Titanic.
Motivation. I just sent it to you.
2026. Is that the ship or the submersible? New submersible.
Are we going?
2026. No.
Read the motivation.
Your phone is doing the thing where when it sends a picture, it doesn't show. Okay, hang on. Motivation. Okay, motivation. Connor is concerned that people associate submersibles with danger and tragedy and wants to prove that they can be built safely and successful. Connor is an experienced
wonder why we
explorer
would've
who has
thought that.
flown to the International Space Station and made dives to the Mariana Trench.
Who would have given us that idea that they're not safe?
It's like I'm
To be fair, just that one. So like it does make it is kind of a silly thing to be like all these
I'm
things
so
will.
sad that we associate abattoirs with blood and death, but it's a happy place where we get food.
I mean, it is the same circuitry in the brain that drives racism, right? But like it's
How did we
still
get
cringe.
here?
What?
What?
Because one submersible killed like 4 people, and we think that submersibles just kill people now. You know?
I see your connection.
Yeah.
Racists don't always kill people. They would just like to.
Jesus. That's just because some of the racists are poor, Keaton. Okay. Thank God. No.
Maybe that's why they were in the submersible. Is like they were racists who were trying to get away.
It's just kind of. I do like the idea that like 6 seconds before implosion, one of them just just lets out like this last like. Isn't it just nice that it's just the 6 of us white guys down here, and then just boom, like just. Yep. No. It's like the time in the Bible that the guy says the thing God doesn't like, and he's just instantly eaten by worms from the inside. And it's like, holy shit. Should be fun. And that guy was racist one time.
didn't
And
realize
all
you
his
were
friends died.
A religious fanatic.
I'm not. Just a fanatic, you know. Not religious about it or anything. Just crazy.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's your card.
Me?
Yeah,
Already?
yeah, because you said because you were making fun of me, so I had to make you do something that you don't like. It's a power move.
Can I skip a card?
Totally, dude.
Because it says, how do you feel about school?
Religious.
Can I skip this card?
Yep. Valid.
We already went over this one as well.
Okay, let's keep going. Let's exhaust the cards. That's a good card, though.
Taylor, the first time you quit or were fired from a job, whichever came first.
First time that I was fired from a job, I was working at this coffee shop, and they came up to me and they're like, "Hey, we can't afford 2 employees. We gotta get rid of one of you."
And you were the obvious choice.
and I was the one who hadn't learned how to cook any of the food yet, so
Yeah.
so I was out. I got it. I was like, yeah, I get it.
Do you get fired from a lot of jobs?
Not a lot.
You quit more jobs.
I could see that.
I don't know if that's true. I think it's pretty even. I haven't had a lot of jobs.
Why are you looking at me?
You quit a lot of jobs.
I've had a lot of jobs.
Get fired a lot.
No. So I guess I have quit a lot of jobs.
Nice. You quit a lot of jobs, Sierra.
I tend to stay longer than I should.
And then do you get fired or do you
No,
finally quit?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I got laid off once. That was an interesting experience. They were like, "This is remarkably smooth." I was just like, "Yeah, it's like I'm fine.
Yeah.
Like I've got skills."
I've got skills. Episode title. You could, yeah.
Okay. This
Best cards.
this-
Questions about the best of things.
Oh,
Or what you're touching
that,
right
that is not my area.
Well, you picked the card up.
Yeah, I know. Sierra, what is the best way for someone to get you to do what they want? Actually, no, this is a Taylor question.
Yeah.
No, I've been asked this question so many times.
All right, fine.
We'll both answer it, I guess. She's
I mean, I tend to say yes to things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
The best way,
so ask.
yeah, ask, money.
Yeah, pay me.
Well, what is the thing?
well, it doesn't matter.
Here, can I see that? Can I actually see the card? I need to
Visual learner.
But yeah, way for someone to get you to do what they want.
I mean, like, money's the only way I'm giving up anal.
Giving up.
Best way to do
Oh, you mean letting someone do it too? I thought you meant like to
Wait.
get you to stop.
to someone.
Oh.
You have to pay me to stop. You gotta,
Okay.
I'd need to be compensated before I.
This feels like it belongs in the penal system. It's like,
I have to think. It has to be something that I really don't want to do in order to.
Yeah.
The best way, probably just to make me feel bad for saying no, and then I'll end up saying yes, probably.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good to know.
So
Good to know.
manipulation and emotional turmoil.
Hell yeah. Love to hear that.
Yeah.
That's
it's like, I'm going to die without $1.
Yeah, I'll be like, okay.
all I gotta do
Here's
is
$1,
be like,
I
hey Sarah,
guess."
remember that time you broke my fucking
Yeah.
pipe? You want to call my podcast Sunday? You know, like.
I
Yeah.
mean, I work Sundays.
Well, remember that time you broke my pipe?
Yeah.
That sucked. And I really need someone on this podcast.
You know,
someday.
actually,
you could
work-
call into work, right?
Work is really the only thing that will get
That
me to
will
say
just
no.
trump- yeah,
Yeah, because
yeah,
I can't
valid.
really call off there.
That's good. That's good. I guess that's not good.
No.
You bummed out about never not being able to call out of work.
When I worked at FedEx, they didn't even notice.
Nice.
Like I no called no showed there. Like when I quit, and I didn't get a call asking about my presents for like a month.
Too bad they weren't like sending you paychecks. So
I
that would
miss
have
that.
been fun. That would have been fun if they like.
It's like, hey, are you okay?
Yeah, honestly, that like I did kind of start feeling bad because their first few calls were like, "Are you okay?" Like we're making sure like that everything.
They were lying.
Yeah, probably. But I started feeling bad.
That's kind of funny. That's fun
That's
though.
You know-
kind of funny.
When I got COVID, like, my boss kept calling me. He's like, I'm like, are you okay? I think you're fine. Like, why don't you come
Oh
in?
my God.
And it's just like, I'm still positive, and I've been asleep for 3 days. Like, no, I think you're okay. Are you okay to come in? Are you okay to come in?
Yeah,
think
your boss
it-
starts sounding like an older sibling. You're fine. You're
What-
fine.
Like, do you have, like, what's your temperature? I got asked that a couple of times. What's your temperature?
Yeah, dude.
It's like, Jesus.
You're just googling what's the bad temperature. At what temperature are they legally required to tell me to stay home?
Yep.
It was like, well, it's like, I've got positive tests. Like, I don't care. I was like, I'm not coming in.
Yeah.
You can't make me. Even if it wasn't positive, you
How
still
could they
can't
have made
make
you?
me.
Yeah.
How could they have made you come in with COVID? If someone wants you to come to work with COVID,
They tried.
How do they? Well, what would they have needed to do to have succeeded?
They wouldn't have.
This
think-
guy
What? They would
can't
not.
engage with a wild, wacky
They
hypothetical.
would not have succeeded. It's like
But what could they have possibly? What could they have impossibly done? What's the thing that would have got you?
nothing, because I could outfight my boss. I don't care.
So like $8 million.
Really, $8 million.
You're not coming in. It's the principle of the thing. I've got COVID. I'm not coming into work for $8 million.
I had more overtime than I could deal with.
Michael Keaton, everybody.
You give me $8 million, I'll take it and not come in.
Take it and knock it. No, it's waiting for you here. You come here and get it, and we give it to you at the end of your shift.
I pick it up and then I immediately vomit. It's like, all right.
I have to go
No,
home.
You can't pick it up until you're leaving.
No.
You have to come and work first.
Oh, they would never let me go home.
Mm.
That's a
It's like
trick.
the Hotel California.
That is a trick. Yeah, everybody. No, they stopped drinking a long time ago.
A lot of guitars. You a big nylon strings guy, or do you not like nylon strings on guitars?
If it's a classical, yes.
Okay. What? Okay.
Like a span, like a.
Oh no, just nylon strings on a normal guitar. Not a fan.
Why would you put nylon strings on a?
Why wouldn't you?
Because they're too floppy.
Okay, fine.
Like like you don't have enough string spacing. They would run into each other. You
Keaton-
have to have that string spacing.
Keaton, what was the first time you said "I love you" when you shouldn't have?
Well, I was talking to my mom. I don't know. I can't think of a time.
You can't think of a time. Oh yeah, interesting. Humble brag. Sierra, when was the first time you said I love you when you shouldn't have? How old were you?
Never.
Never done it?
No. When I shouldn't have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a load of these good people. Get a load of these fine, upstanding citizens. Get a load of these emotionally responsible human beings.
Well, I've also
I wouldn't say that.
What?
nothing.
No, what was your sentence?
I was just gonna say I also have probably many less examples than Michael does.
Fair enough. Yeah, he's like he's old, but what was Reagan like? But I don't.
Indecisive.
Is that where you get it? No.
Alzheimer's? All right, yeah. Not that old.
Do you think you're gonna get Alzheimer's before the end, Keaton?
Probably Lewy body dementia.
Probably what?
Lewy body dementia.
Lewy body dementia.
Louis body?
Lewy body.
Lewy body dementia.
Lewy body proteins will build up in your central nervous system and eventually block your brain from being able to communicate with itself.
Interesting.
Runs in my family.
That's sad.
Yeah, it's actually Lewy body dementia is why Robin Williams ended up committing suicide.
Really?
That's what he was starting to get.
And,
Wow.
and I've seen how it ends up, and it wasn't a bad move.
Good call,
Dang.
Robin.
Like if he knew what was coming, it's just like
Yeah.
it's.
You disagree? You disagree with that? If you were starting to get dementia, would you hang on or would you opt out?
I disagree with the saying.
Good
was a
call,
good call
Robin.
to Robin
Well, that's what
Williams
he
to
just
kill
said.
himself.
It's okay when he says, when you think about it, the Lewy body proteins that build up in your body.
said it
but
much-
if I just say, yeah, good on you, man, you got out while the getting was good, you're like, well, hang on, that's not okay.
You said it in a much more insensitive way.
That's true. That's very
It's like,
true.
no, it's like I've seen the result, and it's not somewhere you want to be.
Yeah. Not
No,
very
you're probably
madcap.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Yeah, no, I wasn't
no,
fishing
you're
for
probably
that. I
right.
wasn't
You
fishing
know,
for that.
you're
No,
probably
no, I
right.
don't.
No,
I'm not. I'm
yeah.
not trying to.
Yeah.
Well, now I feel like I'm just gaslighting people.
No, you're yeah.
bullying. I'm bullying.
Yeah.
Again, it's a filthy habit. I'm trying to quit. Trying to quit bullying. Trying to quit lying.
Wow.
These cards don't help.
They don't.
You think you're gonna get dementia?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know anything about that.
You can't remember if it runs in your
can't
family or not.
remember.
You can't.
I don't know.
Valid. Me either. I don't know either.
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's scary. That's scary.
I hope not.
You never know. Is that something that's like, if your family doesn't have it, you probably won't get it, or is it something that's like,
I
your
think
diet's
so,
also
yeah.
super dependent on it? Really? Okay.
I
Interesting.
mean, I'm sure there's people that have it.
Yeah, I'm sure. Surely, they're out there.
Well, it's a very specific type of dementia.
Yeah. Is it the most? Is that like the normal kind of dementia, or is it a weird? It's a weird one. Okay. How do you know? Okay. You know.
3 of my grandparents all died from dementia and Alzheimer's.
The same kind. The Lewy body. Oh, okay. Well, that's what you were saying. Wasn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alzheimer's and dementia.
Gotcha. Humble brag. Okay. Sierra,
Is
your
that a
card.
brag?
Yeah.
Taylor, the best place to have a public argument.
Online. Okay. In the Kansas City Comedians Facebook page, I think is the best place to have a public argument. I think if anybody has any problems with any other bodies, they should send some DMs, and then they should screenshot them, and then they should post them in the Kansas City Comedians Facebook page, so that we
It's
can
entertaining.
all chip in, and so that Alec Mertz can chip in 2 days later.
Haven't seen
That was
this.
my favorite thing. That was so good.
Can you tell me?
Are you familiar with the general Brett
Yes.
and Sam
Yes,
Facebook?
yes.
Okay, so 2 days after that post, Alec Mertz comments on it, and he's like telling Brett, I think you're getting this all wrong. I think that you should be showing Sam more respect as like a 40-year-old to a 20-year-old. This is all a thing, and just never have I ever had to like shout myself down in my head more to not just like immediately comment on that comment saying literally nobody asked you, but.
I think it was more so the fact that it was so far after that. It
Yeah,
happened.
it's
That's
so
funny.
because everyone else is
Everyone was
already
done talking
yeah,
about
yeah. They're just like
I'm gonna go back through the threads and like just start commenting on all of the old arguments.
Yeah,
just to
dude.
bring them back to the
let's bring
forefront.
back some of the Jay Petty rants. You know,
Alex's
Really good.
comment, it was kind of like a voice in the back of the room. Like
Yeah.
after everything
Which is
was
something that
done.
he excels
Right,
at.
right.
Oh yeah, it carries.
It's like finally it's over, then it's like an hour ago. Like you read through all the comments like 3 days,
Yeah.
and then an hour ago.
But also the
Just
voice of it was it was just very
very like sincere.
yeah.
And, like,
He's very earnest. He's been on the show. He's been
Yeah,
on the
no,
show
it was-
before.
it made
We
me
love you,
laugh.
Alec.
It made me
Don't
laugh really
change.
hard.
Yeah, it made all of our days better.
yeah, it did.
But yeah, no, I think online. I think I like the idea of like just texting someone in the room. Well, if you're mad at somebody in the room, like you keep interacting with them positively out loud, but then you start yelling at them through text while you're being nice to them, like face to face. I think that would be. I like the idea of that. That's kind of fun.
Sounds
If it's like, no,
horrible.
we only argue via text. We're always like having a good time out loud, but then we're always arguing via text. That sounds kind of fun to me. That'd be a good Twilight Zone episode to live in for a couple of years.
That would be a fun like rule to have between like you and a friend,
Yeah.
where it's like you can argue, but like but it has to be on specifically like pink Post-it notes, so that way like you can. It's like, oh, he's got the pink pad in his hand, but you have to.
He's got a
you have
problem.
but you every time you pass one, like you have to like compliment the person
Gross.
and be like, yeah.
Also, I like that idea because it's kind of like it's like the tweet like your character limit. It's you only
Yeah.
have so many words you can use at a time because you have to get it all onto a pink Post-it note for your whack of the tennis ball to their end of the argument. You know.
But also you have to be like furiously writing. Like,
Yeah,
else-
true.
like-
But you see the pink pink pad, and it's gonna be like one of those brightly colored parking tickets. It's just
Yeah.
like,
Pretty funny. That's fun. I like that. Hell yeah.
or fuck, he found it.
Keaton, you want to draw one more
Your
card?
card.
Not really.
It's your last card that you have to draw. We're rounding
Fine.
up the episode. It's almost 9/11.
How many people will the person to your right have fucked before they die? How many viewers do you have?
What? You know, it depends. It really does. It really depends on it. Depends on the episode. Depends on the comics. There's an episode of the podcast right now that's sitting at 1.7K views. Shout out to DeWeet, Murad, and Keith for making that happen, and to the YouTube algorithm. But also as few as like 25. So it's a big range. Big
Somewhere in
range.
there.
Somewhere in there. Somewhere between 25 and 1.6
what?
thousand. So we're
Do
between
you have
those.
more career plans after
points.
comedy?
No,
Oh.
no, I'm killing myself before I'm stopping comedy. Before I quit comedy, which means I have to just never quit comedy.
That's
at
his
this
last
point.
joke.
Yeah,
He's like, how can I do this funny?
that's my note. Just says "just kidding." That's all. It's just I didn't mean it.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I was just trying to masturbate.
Nice.
If you're reading this, I slipped.
I shouldn't have been trying water sports at the same time. It's not. There's no good way to do water sports if you're masturbating. You know, it's not. It's just not the same.
Oh, dude, that would
It's just not the same.
that would be that would have to be my like if I ever commit suicide, that's the note. It's just like it's not what it looks like.
Yeah. I can explain. Or I could.
Could you?
Maybe. I don't know.
It's a funny
It'd be a
story.
fun challenge. I'd be up to. I'd go for it. Okay, Sierra, what's the worst topic / event to create a museum for?
Interesting.
Curators.
Yeah. That's oh god.
Watermelon.
I mean that would be interesting.
The Museum of Watermelon. That kind of could be. Yeah.
Interesting or bad? Or the worst?
The worst. The worst
I
topic
mean, I feel like it
/
could. There's a
event.
cheese museum.
Taylor Swift. Cheese museum. Yeah, that's kind of. It'd be a bummer of a building.
Yeah.
The smell.
There's a cheese theme park.
Are these all in Wisconsin?
No, that was in Japan.
That makes sense.
Topic or event?
Yeah.
Woodstock.
Woodstock. Museum of Woodstock.
Yeah, just be a lot of pot.
It would be. But that could be fun.
I guess that's true.
Just a bunch of like
Just a
old,
dispensary.
just like left behind weed from every Woodstock, you know? There's got to be. Do you think there's how much weed do you think like gets left at the wherever they have Woodstock when Woodstock's over?
What?
I don't know anything about Woodstock.
Woodstock or, I mean, like any concert, you could just take the bags home and be good for a while.
Yeah.
What?
You'd think there'd be less like people
Like-
leave their drugs behind.
Like you've never
No.
been to a concert and
No.
like no like they'll have a thing where it's like, it's not allowed, and they'll just have like bags. It's like, all right, any contraband goes directly into the bags.
I've never been to a concert.
Based. Why not?
I'd rather go to comedy.
Is it a cool hobby that you just don't think that you...
We just went to one the other day.
What concert?
Like it was
What
a
concert
like
did
it
you
was
go
a
to?
local show.
Wait.
Like you
remind
you
me.
go to
What local concert? What?
Oh,
What'd you
I
go
go to a lot
see?
of jazz shows.
Well, that's not music.
Yeah,
what are you
that's
talking
not-
about?
that's not a
I'm kidding.
No.
I know.
That's not a concert. That's
Yeah, that's jazz. That's its own animal.
When I think concert, I think of like arena and
Taylor
big
Swift.
crowd and like
Chapel Roan,
yeah.
Billie Eilish.
And also, I personally knew the people who were playing, so it was like that's not.
Yeah.
That's not.
So yeah, it's like I personally know the comics, but it's still comedy,
The
kind of.
tickets were $5. It's not.
How expensive does the ticket have to be before it's a concert?
It's more so the experience itself.
Okay. So these people weren't on a stage and you weren't
No, it's
standing in a crowd?
Stage. There was
You were sitting?
There were 5 people in the room,
Okay. 5 people in the room.
and actually there were like 10 people in the room, 5
Hell
of
yeah.
which were other
Musicians.
jazz musicians waiting for their show.
Nice. Where was this?
Westport Coffee House.
Hell yeah.
It's just jazz students, KU and JCC.
Nice.
JCCC. Yeah.
Do they was like one of the jazz groups from JCC and the other jazz group was from KU, and
No,
were they like
were all the
was there
same
a
school, I
rivalry?
think.
Were they like
No,
competing?
Just a show. Just
Well, that's depressing.
I used to
also.
be a death metal fan. Like I'm used to going to like
to coffee shops where there's death metal bands.
Well, no, like you walk into a venue and like it's fucking empty, but you paid $20 to see this band.
Is there a lot of jazz metal? Is there?
I've
Yes.
never seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. That sounds fun. I'd like to.
Yeah, it's-
I like
I'm
the
a
idea of going
fan.
to a jazz metal show.
There's actually, now that I think about it, there's this band. I can't remember what they're called. I think they're called like Killer Clowns or something. Do you know
Okay.
it? It's like
Oh, you're talking about clowncore?
clowncore.
Oh, clowncore is awesome.
Is this a group or a
I
genre?
love
It's not-
clowncore.
it's not
Clowncore is
awesome.
a genre?
Clowncore is a group. I
Okay.
can't remember. It's it's a saxophonist and a drummer and a keyboardist.
Interesting.
And I've seen some of their shit outside of clowncore. Like they kept their identities secret, but like it's sort of like they're known names in the jazz
They're like the
scene.
Blue Man Group.
Yeah. Now if you go back, you look at my face on like go back in my Facebook post. I don't post very often. Like one of the things I
So
posted
it'll still be there.
was their was the visual album they released, and it's awesome.
Visual
They
album.
have a lot
Yes.
of like visual effects like in their live
It's so,
performances. And
they had one album that they performed entirely inside of a porta john.
yeah, I think that
How many of them?
it's 2, 3.
Yeah, there's a few. I think there's 3 albums.
Oh,
No,
I
no,
thought
no.
you meant
How many?
members.
Yeah, members.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
Three clowns in a porta potty.
Yes.
Making music.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like not a soprano sax, but it's
Did
like
you see the Adam Sandler stand-up special? The
I
Adam
haven't yet.
Sandler special. That's fun. There's a good clown joke in the. I think it's like the first joke that he tells. It's fun.
Is this a new special?
Yeah, it came out like a week
I
or
Love
two
You?
ago.
I think.
Yeah,
I don't think I've seen it.
it's good. It's on Netflix.
But-
It's a fun time. It's better than Rogan's.
There's a lot of groups that I would consider like jazz metal. Like Mr. Bungle is kind of jazz metal.
Okay. Yeah.
Why does
you-
that sound like another clown group?
You know this, like Mr. Bungle. Like
I don't.
Like well, you know who Mike Patton is?
No.
Do you know who Faith No More is?
No.
Jesus
I don't
Christ!
know anything. I grew up under a church-shaped rock, Keaton.
That sounds delightful.
It was a very cute rock.
All right.
It was rural.
Oh man, you should check out Mr. Bungle. It's so good.
Mr. Bungle.
Mr.
Go
Bungle.
check out Mr. Bungle, everybody.
Yeah, specifically the California album.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites.
California Dreamin'.
No, no.
I think Mr. Bungle should cover California Dreamin' and get a jazz metal cover of California Dreamin'. I like that idea. That was supposed to happen.
Mr. Bungle has has one song. It's like a 50s pop song, but it's about religious castration.
Interesting.
It's really good.
Like physical castration in a religious context, or like symbolic castration.
No, physical castration.
Okay, gotcha. Well, that sounds lovely, but it's 9/11, so we can't dive too deep into that right now.
Yeah.
Religious castration. Think about it. Get yours today.
Oh my god.
Is that just circumcision? Is that
It's illegal, is what it is.
circumcision?
No.
did the castrati count as religious castration?
The what?
Sounds.
The castrati?
I mean, it sounds pretty castrated to me.
Well, the castrati, like it was like it's been outlawed for a long time, but like it was around recent enough that we have physical recordings of the last castrati. But they would take like
The Last Castrati sounds like a movie.
the they had like choir boy stars,
Jesus.
and they would castrate them when they were in their prime, so their
I'm
voices never
familiar with
changed.
this. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
about this.
Does that count as religious castration, or is
Yes.
that okay?
I think it just counts as a crime against humanity.
I mean,
more
it-
so.
but like that's
But
most
that's most
religion.
religion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be religious. Don't be religious. No.
Here
okay.
comes the tiny town.
Here comes the tiny town.
Oh,
yeah.
Tiny
Yeah.
Town.
That's what this is a
Wow.
reference to. This is a deep cut comedy reference. Was he a comedian?
No.
No, he's just a musician.
Yes.
A musician with a heart problem.
Just a
you know?
silly guy.
Just a silly guy.
Yeah.
Just a silly guy. The
Just-
weird voice.
Just a silly kid.
Did he like Bobcat Goldthwait that shit? Was he like always in character as Tiny Tim? Or would he like talk like this and then he would start singing and he's like,
Oh,
"Nah, nah, nah."
well, he sounded like a normal guy.
Okay.
Though like, he had the like he was the germaphobe and he did the Howard Hughes thing where his fingernails would get done.
Yeah, looked slightly like a bigger, bulkier Noel Felding.
Yeah, except for he didn't have syphilis.
Right.
He was just like that.
Speaking of syphilis, we need to end the show now. For no reason related to syphilis. Just that if we keep reading these cards in a circle, we'll kill ourselves eventually.
Taylor and I need some alone time.
That's
I'll leave.
that's what, so I'm going to start playing this ukulele for about 90 seconds, and if you guys want to take 45 seconds each to address the audience and God and give your final thoughts, sum up your experiences, and if you want to plug your Instagram, go for that too. I'll just be doing this over here while you do that.
Who's starting?
You.
I'm starting. I got nothing. I have so little going on. That's why I'm here. Okay. I am Michael A. Keaton. Some people consider me a comic in the KC scene. Most of them don't, but I'm still here anyways, despite them. Yeah. Hi. Goodbye.
Same.
You're also Michael Keaton or Michael A. Keaton.
She is on every episode after today.
I'm Sierra. I'm here because I didn't want to say no. No, I'm kidding. I'm here because I'm here because it's fun and it's a great podcast. And yep, the end.
Spay and neuter your friends, everybody. Have a good time. Okay. Oh, thanks for coming on. Thanks for begrudgingly saying yes
No, I wanted
to
to.
being invited on the podcast.
I know it's fun.
No, I remember. I was like, oh, you could be on the
I
podcast,
was
but no, and you were like,
joshing.
no, I
I was-
guess I could.
I've been wanting to. I've been asking to.
It's not gonna be. No, it's fine. Don't. Well, when you say it like that, it just sounds like I'm being mean.
It's fun. Podcast is fun.
That sounds so authentic. I'm gonna.
No.
No.
I'm feeling bad for my jokes. It's
Well,
what's
I feel
happening,
like you're lying.
and I'm trying to.
I feel like I can tell when someone's lying to me, Sarah. It's by the social cues and the
Do you think there's a cephalopodcast? There must be.
Cephalopodcast. I love that. Holy shit. Oh my god.